All right. Okay, I think I'm live. Can you guys see me, hear me, etc.? So let's see. We're gonna grab an Overworld team really quick. And there we go. Yeah, maintenance is done. I mean, I'm in at least. And we're gonna go. We're gonna check out the new dungeon. Maybe reveal the map. And I don't know how to actually do the new weekly boss and stuff like that. But oh, this is the NA America servers. I'm pretty sure that it's live. Yeah, I mean, here I am playing the game. So yeah, maybe the Asia server or something else isn't up yet, but I guess it's ready for me. So we're gonna head on over to the new area, my friends. So hold on one sec. I need to get all my windows. Oh dear. Up and appropriately set up. Get rid of these. Whoa, there's 3 of them here? I've never seen any area with like 3 Pyro Abyss mages. That's pretty wild. I think that's like the first time you ever like fight 3 of them at once. Oh, there's even a rain thing here. I totally missed out on that, but okay. Anyway, let's keep on going. We're gonna head to the new dungeon, and I've got a lot of fragile resin. I've got my condensed resin. I've got my transient resin, and I've got a soul ready to be crushed by artifact farming. So, I am ready for the pain, my friends. And let's see. Let's see. So, I think my, let's see here. Hang on, I'm gonna make sure everything else is properly set up before we keep running off into the distance here. And it looks like I'm having some issues with that, but okay, whatever. Anyway, let's just keep going. Let's go find the new dungeon. So I'm pretty unfamiliar with this. I can't talk much about the details of the media server, but let's just say that I didn't really get a chance to do it or to use it. And so here we are. This is as new to me as it is to you guys. But so I'm pretty excited to see what we've got going on for us in this patch. So let's keep going. And we've got a Dendroculus right there. I actually try to not collect them until I'm ready to like actually go and collect all of them. Because otherwise I find myself like, you know, messing with the map, the interactive map, and trying to figure out which ones I've gotten, which ones I haven't. So anyway, okay, here's the new artifact domain. We've unlocked this, but let's keep going. We're gonna unlock the rest of the region, try to go for the statues of the 7, grab a couple waypoints, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna farm all that. Ooh, what are those? Shiny. Look at these. These are new. Wonder if they're regional items or if they're like a new Trisurite. Okay, yeah, cool. It's a new type of gem. So let's go and find these Statue of the 7s before we start farming the artifacts. So, brand new regions, everyone. Unfortunately, I've barely even explored the last 2 regions. So you can call me like a pretty bad player in that sense. I just feel like there hasn't been a necessity. Like, look at this. I think this thing's supposed to go away. But it hasn't. I haven't done that yet. So, oh, okay. We're going to grab this guy really quick, though. Because it's a bit of free materials of this guy. And, you know, can't really complain. And we even got 1/350th of a crown as well with the Dendro Sigil. So I'm going to be spending at least 62 of the resin things. And then I'm going to spend, you know, all my daily refreshes as well as, you know, whatever else I have. 5 condensed resin as well. So that's all the stuff that we're going to be spending for the new artifact domain. And we've got the first statue of the 7. Great. That was pretty simple. So, very nice. Oh, that's the new weekly boss. Let's actually go and deal with that in a little bit. I do want to check that out too. So, what else do we have for us? Okay. We're going to get the other statue of the 7 real quick. Then, alright, what's the fastest way to get up here? Oh man, here we go. This is the real difficult gameplay of Genshin Impact, is how to climb up some of these cliffs. MiHoYo likes to put in some real brain scratchers of cliffs for us to deal with. So let's see. There's generally a way to get around the cliffs, like via an intended path or something, but you know, I'm not that kind of player. If I can climb up it in some way, like this, come on, come on, come on. Yes. Okay, you can grab on. Oh my gosh, these little cracks make me nervous. All right, there we go. Thank you, Wander. You're very OP for this. Awesome. Hopefully we just bypassed whatever was the intended thing. Ooh, mushrooms. Love farming some mushrooms here. And grab all these little guys. We're gonna need a lot of the mushroom materials. These guys are so stingy with their drops too. So use the ladder. Wait, was there a ladder? Well, either way, Wanderer's E, hold A is basically. Oh, there's the statue. Okay, very convenient. Oops, wasted a charge of Yelan's thing. And okay, I'm gonna be real though. I'm a little sick of deserts. Like, I'm ready to be in. Oh, that's kind of a nice new environment. Like, whatever this thing is, mystical blue trees and stuff like that. Sign me up. Get me out of all these deserts. Way too dry. Okay, hang on. I do need to turn repeat on for this. Okay, so yeah. New goddess of the statue. There we go. Beautiful. There's a random domain here. I'm going to snag this teleport wave. Or okay, we're going to go to this one, then this one, and perhaps this one. But let's grab a few TP waypoints while we're at it too. Just so we can kind of clear out the map and not have to worry about that later while we are kind of, you know, focused on exploration today. So yes, this is indeed the new region. And pop up this window here. Okay, so we're gonna grab this waypoint here, then we're gonna go grab the other ones, and then we're gonna farm and be miserable farming artifacts. I always dread farming artifacts because it just feels soul crushing. So anyway, no summons today because I have everything right now at Constellation 6, Refinement 5 as well, so I have little incentive to murder my wallet any further until the second half of patch 3.6. Oh, there's the waypoint. All right, very convenient. Gonna make our way down there. Make sure Wanderer doesn't die from fall damage. Grab this. And I think that one you're gonna have to climb. So let's just go for the new world boss really quick. This will be my first time fighting this world boss, so it's going to be really interesting. Oops. And it's probably going to be a little painful. A lot of these things generally have new wonky mechanics, which is always fun. But okay, so we're going to navigate ourselves to this waypoint first. It looks like it's on the low ground if we follow this path. So let's just go ahead and go a little bit faster at ground speed, thanks to best exploration character, Yelan, and Wander as well. We have Sayu for some more infinite horizontal traversal. Are those Dendroculus? No, there's like some weird goopy things, and then there's the Dendroculus too. Alright. That's cool and all, but we're gonna keep going. We gotta get ourselves that new weekly boss material, because we all know, like, you know, a new weekly boss comes, new characters, and we're just gonna have, you know, a real drought of the new weekly boss material. So, okay, some say that the Asia maintenance has ended, and I'm curious to see if this is in the low ground or the high ground. Based on this pathing, I would assume it's actually underground. So let's go the underground route to see if my hunch is correct. And I'm gonna keep going. Oops, man, I keep canceling Yelan's dash here. That's a pretty... I got my little trigger fingers here. Alright, giant cave. Love it. Love these giant caves. And looks like nothing's here. Okay, so maybe in order to actually be able to do this domain... Oh, 3 little swirly things are there. Huh. Should I be ready to fight this thing, like, immediately? Let's grab a good general use party. We're gonna grab this party. And just see... Is this it? Oh, wait. This isn't the new weekly boss, right? This is a new world boss. Okay. It is taking very reduced damage. Destroy all elemental rings through elemental reactions. Oh, okay. Alright. So then we have this one, which is a Hydra one. Oh, I don't think I destroyed them in time. Oh, dear. Okay. So now it has the Hydra shield. Oh, very interesting. So we're going to need a fast way to break this thing's shield. And then... Okay, yeah, this is the new weekly boss, not the new... Or no, sorry, this is the new Overworld boss, not the new weekly boss. And seems like it keeps getting new elemental shields. So that's fun. Ah, yes, okay. New Overworld boss, not weekly boss. Yeah, I don't really need the materials from this thing. So, this must be... There is a new world boss, right? I'm assuming we have to do the story in order to do that. So yeah, okay, that's not the new boss that I was thinking about. So let's let's go back. We're gonna do the artifact farming now. All right, I'm bracing myself for this. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here's the pain. The pain begins now. As we farm for the Voru Kasha's Glow, the 20% HP set, which is nice for Nilou as well as for Yelan, other HP scaling characters. And we also have this stuff, which increases elemental scale, elemental burst damage after the equipping character takes damage. Oh yeah, okay, so then this goes up every time the character takes damage by 8% for a total of 5 stacks for 40%. So 50% total elemental skill, elemental burst damage if you take damage 5 times. This is clearly designed for Dea, of course. The next thing is this one, the 2-piece Hydra damage bonus set, where you get a bunch of attack as well as Hydra damage bonus by doing a bunch of these things. Normal, charge, plunging attack, elemental skills. I have not tested this to see if physical attacks and whatever else actually activates it. So we're also going to test that to confirm that as well. This one is good for Nilou, the 2-piece Vorukasha's Glow, in combination with the 2-piece Tenacity of the Millelith. These two are both good to combine for Nilou. Actually, this is a small buff for her, thanks to that. Now, this one is going to be good for Ayato and Child, and I'm not really sure about other characters. Perhaps, I don't know, like an on-field Xingqiu or Candace, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this domain. I'm going to use my general use party here. And yeah, so here goes. I'm ready, my friends. I'm ready for the pain. Not pain from this dungeon per se, but more so pain for the gaining the artifact. So we have 2 of these Hilichurl guys. And we have these guys. Okay. All right, interesting. So we're... these guys are pretty beefy. Look at that, right? So it's nice to actually have like some tanky Hilichurls for once, right? Like these are Hilichurls. Let's see, let's look at the help thing. Anemo Hilichurl Rogue. Mysterious Hilichurl Warlock can manipulate Anemo to a certain degree in battle. Such Hilichurls will enter hovering state with the aid of Anemo Slime. That's pretty cool. He's like literally hanging onto an Anemo Slime. Attack these Anemo Slimes to shoot the rogues down. Okay, what about the other hilichurl. Did it? There was 2, right? So, okay, anyway. We'll keep going. So we're going to need something to wipe out the first wave and then something to kill the second wave. Let's take a quick look at... what is my Wanderer's build right now? I think it's... Yeah, okay. Okay, so... we should be able to open up with this, open up with this, and unfortunately, I did not actually tag these things with Pyro, so that's good to keep in mind. And I'm assuming the Anima one actually resists Animo a bit, so I'm not sure if Wander's really the best choice for this, but I think he's fine. And let's see. I think actually Jean will be good for this. So we're gonna use Jean to wipe out the first wave. Then we're gonna use Jean's resistance shred to shred the 2 hilichurls in the back, and hopefully that'll allow us a clean, quick kill for the hilichurls in the back. I guess I'll go back to this team. And let's see. No, this is not the Meteor. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be streaming that. This is the live version, and let's see. So. Alright, we're gonna do this. Farazan, Gene Burst. And we're gonna pop up here. And these guys should go down faster thanks to... Oh, ouch. Jean's Elemental Burst. And does Jean get her burst back up? Maybe not. So that's a bit iffy. Did Farazan get her burst up? She did. Okay, so Jean... let's see. Can we squeeze out any more energy recharge on her? Let's take a quick look. I think we can. Emblem of Sever Fates, crit rate, energy recharge. We'll grab this. Not that one. Not this one. What about... Oh yeah, this one. This is the one I wanted. There we go. Okay, let's try that. Hopefully we can get Jean's burst up in time, so that way it's a quick run. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend a ton of resin at a time, and then we're going to go back every time I fill up in artifacts, which assuming we can kind of get this down pretty quickly. So I'm going to get Jean's burst up real quick. All right, so this way it'll be like we're doing a fresh run. Yep, still enough damage to one-shot them. That's good. And, okay, so it looks like I need to do a dash dodge with Wander. Oops. Going backwards. And indeed, my Jean's burst is up. So it looks like we have basically in, what is it called? One of those like self-sustaining arboretoriums? Yeah. One of those like fully self-sustaining things where your whole team is able to get their burst and everything back up. So, am I going to play through the story? Maybe if time permits. We're going to see how long this all ends up taking. Okay, we should be able to dodge that just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There we go, 25-second run. I'm sure it could be faster. You know, ironically, Xiao might actually be pretty decent for this. But, yeah, it's okay. I'm just going to use Wander for this. That's fine. All right, so we're going to go and craft some of these condensed resins. This is going to be a bit of a long haul here, my friends. Who is good for these new artifacts? The new artifacts are good on... let's see. The 2-piece set bonus for the HP one is good for Nilou, because now you can have two 2-piece HP sets. And it's also good for Dea. The HP one is good for Dea. Now, the other one is good for Child and Ayato currently, as well as, I guess, like, kind of an on-field Xingqiu if you want to do that, which is weird, as well as Candace if you want her to do damage. You can use it with Candace. DPS Kazuha, that's an interesting take. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to rack my brain a bit on that one. But let's see, there we go. So Jean's damage is just a bit shy. of one-shotting the 2 Hilichurl guys, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. We can settle with just the slightest amount of inefficiency here. Hang on, sorry. You got a little bit of runny nose there. Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah, I do wish they would do something about new artifacts coming out. Because it just does feel like, you know, we're always kind of playing the catch-up game with older artifacts, where either we just have to be just kind of okay with what we have, or we just have to pray to RNGesus that we get super lucky in the new domains. Ooh, 23 seconds. Not bad. Not bad. So 23 seconds with roughly 8-ish seconds, 10-ish seconds in between. So let's just say on average 2 runs per minute, and then... Oh! What the... Oh my gosh! Oh no, now we have to build up everyone's burst. Wow. That was a pretty goofy way to go out. Oh my gosh. Alright. Scrap all that. We're building everyone's burst up. Oh, whoa! What is going on with these guys? Well, at least we got a good chuckle out of all that. There we go. We're back up to the original plan. For those that may have missed what happened, you guys can just pretend like that was a normal run. Just a little bit longer than usual. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Let's keep going. Double Animo. Use Yelan double Animo, yeah. This long distance thing in all domains. Yeah, I guess it's to make characters like Sayu and stuff feel good and impactful, perhaps. That's one theory I have, and it looks like I have to re-battery up Jean as well. Okay, she's ready. But yeah, it kind of gives a bit more value to characters that otherwise would have less value in kind of regular use. So, you know, and maybe it feels like a little less like super miniature instance. If you just hop in and you immediately just do the thing and bounce back out. I mean, that's basically what this is, just with a little commute time. So maybe it feels a little bit more engaging. It also adds more playtime too, for what it's worth. Okay. Anyway. I am not looking forward to enhancing these artifacts. I'm not looking forward to it. But we're gonna have to do it. Yeah, no, my Jean's pretty well built. You guys want... I can show you my team's build in a sec. Let me go craft some resin. And then I'll show you guys the current team's build I'm using. Obviously, this is for whales, right? Like, I'm a filthy whale, so... You know, you're gonna have different levels of effect with your variation, but... let me show you guys in a bit. We're gonna craft this. You know what? We've got so much resin to go through that I'm not gonna care about overcapping for just a second. I usually care because that wastes a little bit of resin, but today we're just gonna go for it. So let's take a look at my build. Wanderer, typical Wanderer build with Shimenawas instead of the Desert of Pavilion Chronicle. So, you know, Bennett has the Skyward Blade as well as the 4-piece Noblesse. Farazan, Favonius plus 4-piece Tenacity, and Jean is the Emblem of Severed Face with the Primordial Jade Cutter, and I've got her at 100% crit rate because when it comes to Jean, I don't like to crit fish with her, and particularly if you're relying on her to wipe out the first wave, you want her to crit, and she seems to do enough damage for it anyway. So, let's keep going. We are now 400 resin through, and we're gonna get to, this will be 600, so we're gonna be roughly 1/7 through. This is quite the gauntlet. Now, normally I do this not on stream, right? I just kind of do this on my own time, but I figured I may as well drag you guys into the painful suffering that is the actual end game and grind of Genshin Impact. Okay, going pretty well. And I guess while I'm just mashing left click, I can check which side the tree is on, because I get really easily disoriented with Jean's Burst. Because, fun fact, Jean's Burst is perhaps the only one that I'm aware of, which does a full 180 degree of your camera. So you think you were looking forward, but now you're actually looking backwards, right? Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's observe. See, the tree's in front of us right now, and now the tree is behind us, right? There it is. So yeah, I often get disoriented when I use her burst, and that's why I was flying the wrong direction a couple times. Or at least one time. So yeah, there we go. Okay, just gotta keep in mind, Jean's Burst flips you around. Gotta fly the other direction that you're looking at. Oh, Barbara does that too. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I guess it's a family thing. That's great. I love it. Yeah, my Xiao can do over 100,000 damage. I mean, Constellation 6 Farazan, I think honestly even free-to-play, well, it's pretty hard to be free-to-play and have Constellation 6 Farazan, but, you know, even like non-super whale Xiaos should be able to hit 100k easy with Farazan. But yeah, Kazuha is really disorienting. I want to figure out what direction Kazuha's burst actually orients you in. Is it forward or to the side or something? I know it becomes extra disorienting because Kazuha has auto-targeting on his burst too. So he ends up rotating the direction that he's facing to the enemy that is closest to him, well, assuming he's in like tagging range of his elemental burst, like aggro range or whatever. So that makes it extra disorienting. And on top of that, I think the camera probably still ends up behind you, right? But because he ends up rotating himself, it ends up being disorienting. And let's see. Is a new artifact better for Ayato? No, not really. It's not really any better. It's kind of a side grade at best to like things like the 4-piece Gladiators and the 4-piece Heart of Depth. Because the thing is, you know, a lot of Ayato's damage comes from his basic attacks. One advantage that it does have for Ayato is that you should be able to build up stacks on it, and then you can use his elemental burst. So you can actually snapshot a much more damaging elemental burst with Ayato's with the new 4-piece artifact set. So in theory, Ayato can have a more damaging elemental burst along with pretty damaging basic attacks as well. Or his, you know, Swin slashes, whatever. Namisin. No. Oh man, I forgot the names of his slashes. But yeah, his slashes, you can also have pretty buffed up slashes too, along with the elemental burst. So next question, do I lift? I don't actually lift weights or anything like that. So yeah, I'm a pretty skinny guy. And who was my favorite Genshin creator? So I don't know. I guess before I kind of my channel, I guess, blew up, did I have a favorite Genshin content creator? Back in the day, I used to watch Zeal's Ambition. I would watch Tectone. I watched Majestic back in the day. I kind of just watched all the big old school Genshin YouTubers prior to like really becoming one myself. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Can I use a Ganyu team? Can I use a Nahida team? We could try different teams to farm this domain too, if that's something you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see me use a different team to farm this domain? Face reveal? Oh no, I've done a few streams before with my face, but yeah. If this is the first time you've seen my face, then yeah. I guess it's a face reveal. Nahida team. Okay, yeah. Let's do some other teams after this. We'll set up a couple and just run them through. I figure this Wanderer one is pretty autopilot, so it makes it very easy for me to... A Nilou team. Yeah, let's actually combine that. We can do a Nahida Nilou team in this domain. That actually sounds like fun. Let's do it. Nahida Nilou team. Okay. Nilou nuke team. All right. We're going to start with the Nilou Nahida team because that is very, well, you know, fitting for the current patch. So, well, I have a partial one set up here. And yeah, let's just run with this one. Is everyone set up? Let's see. We have Iron Sting. I'm just going to give them my whale gear because like they already have their constellations. It's not an accurate reflection at all to, you know, what free-to-plays are going to experience with this, right? So HP. Yao Yao. Okay, so we're going to want to give her the 4-piece Flowers of Paradise Lost with Elemental Mastery and Energy Recharge, I guess. So HP percent is nice too. There we go. It's got some nice HP percent. Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna grab this one. This one doesn't have HP percent. Does this one? No. Okay. So this one also doesn't have HP percent, but we'll snag it from Kuki real quick. This one does. Okay, so this one we're gonna want Elemental Mastery, Energy Recharge as the off piece. And I'll just, I'll grab this one. I don't think Yayo can get her Elemental Burst like this, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so as our next Hydro character, because we're going to need preferably 2 Hydro, 2 Dendro, and we could use Kokomi, but actually let's use Yelan for the commute, right? Because we are farming a domain, so we're going to have Yelan zip through this thing to go as fast as possible. And we have our healer. And I'm going to activate Yayo's constellations, finally, on my actual account. I think it's fine. She's a 4-star character, and I don't mind showcasing 4-star characters with their constellations. So, okay. I think most... Oh, wait. Yeah, Nilou, I'm going to have to upgrade her gear thanks to this new domain here. Okay, so Nahida has 4-piece Deepwood. Yelan, I'm not going to use her really for combat. She's just here to run from point A to point B. How much EM is enough on Sucrose? As much as possible, as long as you have your burst up as much as you'd like to have her burst up. You don't have to have her burst up all the time, right? That's not absolutely necessary, but it is nice. It is nice to do. Okay, so let's figure out our rotation here. I'm gonna open up and okay. Ow. So we're gonna have to, I think what we're gonna actually do is we're going to need to whatchamacallit? We're going to need to kind of open up with Nilou's stuff right when those guys spawn. But yeah, as we can see, I mean, that's one great thing about Nilou teams is you just kind of wander around a little bit and things die, right? That's what I love about it. That's what I absolutely love about Nilou teams. But it definitely, oh my gosh, we're already out of artifact space. Okay. So this is roughly 700 or so resin worth of artifacts. We're to go through our first phase of enhancing and pain. Here we go. Let the pain begin. So I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with the names of this. The Vorakashas is the HP set. Already right off the bat, we have defense, energy recharge with double HP. That's nice. If we can get crit rate, then this could be a promising piece. And if not, well, yeah. So we do have this HP piece. It does have flat HP, and you might be surprised to see me enhancing this. Why am I enhancing this? Because if it rolls with energy recharge in the 4th slot, well, it's actually, you don't even need energy recharge. Honestly, Nilou, when played with just a pure Bountiful core team, doesn't even need like anything really. All she needs is HP. All she needs is HP. So yeah. Okay, anyway, let's see. No. Okay. Oh wait, that did give flat HP. Maybe. I don't know. We'll think about it. Prow damage, HP, another HP one. We're gonna go for the HP and pieces. We're gonna try to get energy recharge on them for the 2-piece set bonus for Nilou. No luck so far. Crit rate, crit damage. Okay. Let's see how these go. Are we going to get 1 piece worth bringing up to 20? Hey. Now, unfortunately, this has all 3 flat stats. All 3 flat stats. You hate to see it. But if it all goes into crit damage, all 4 of these additional rolls, it's a pretty good piece for Dea. 1 crit damage. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Can we get to 2 crit damage? Let's see. Man, I really need to practice my clicking skills to click faster than this. And we got flat HP, not completely useless. I'm going to bring this up to 16 before I decide what to do with it. Because I'm okay with kind of 4 rolls into crit damage. Oh, plus 16. Oh yeah, I unlocked that piece. Oh yeah, I should have just... Oh, crit damage again. Look at that. Are we actually going to have a reasonable piece right off the bat? Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Not shabby. Not too shabby. This is perfectly usable. It's not a godly piece, but we already have 1 usable piece. Not bad. Not bad. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, so next one, we're going to go for crit rate. Look at that. Look at that. Crit rate. Just like that. It's got HP percent too. It's only missing Elemental Mastery / Energy Recharge for Dea. And we need to clear out artifact space, so I will be going like this for a bit. Crit rate again. Woo! All right. It's getting hot in here. Oh man, I'm getting nervous. All right. Okay, okay. I'm going to bring this one up all the way to 20. That's what we're going to do. Plus 8. Okay, so the last one we're going to round off with that. Okay. We're going to see 3 go into crit rate. Just why? This is going to be a godly piece. It's going to have like 16% crit rate. Come on. Oh my. Okay, 1 HP, 2 flat HP. I mean, it's... I'll lock it for now, but it's not like disastrous. It's not disastrous. All right, HP percent, energy recharge, elemental mastery. Look at that. This is a great piece for Nilou. And we've already got HP percent and energy recharge. I'm not going to complain about this. And we got, what did that go? Energy recharge again. Okay. I mean, Nilou really doesn't need that much energy recharge for the Bountiful Core build. But, perhaps HP percent. Look at that. Let's keep going, guys. We got ourselves a really nice Nilou piece already. Man, I guess this artifact enhancing session is going better than I expected. Wow. Can we get another HP percent? Although I think, let's see. Oh, crit damage. You know, it's okay. It's okay. We'll lock that for Nilou. 3 rolls into HP. Oh, a double crit feather. All right, and we're gonna bring this one up to 4 real quick. No! Ah, I did it again. I have to do this one time every time. Ah. Oh my God. That is not a piece I would ever bring up to 20. But when you're so trigger happy and distracted that you just keep clicking enhance, all of those little things, you just burn immediately. I do this every time. I would have so many of these if it wasn't for that. Like, I would have like 500. Okay, maybe not 5. I would have like 300 of these if it wasn't just for that one reason alone. Oh, okay, whatever. Whatever, it's okay. We'll bring this one up to 4. Elemental Mastery. I'll take it. I'll take it. And let's get rid of this. And I'll just, no, too many of these. Alright. Yeah, well, you know. You can't teach an old dog like me new tricks. I'm just gonna keep making that same mistake. Infinitely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Meh. It's, you know, not discardable immediately, but it's certainly not. Okay, well, we freed up enough artifact space to continue farming, so let's do this little Nilou team a couple more times. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep going. All right. So this time... Oh yeah, I said I would use a Nilou's Dance first. Okay, did we get the 3rd hit out? We did. So now let's go ahead and use Yao Yao's thing. So we're just gonna have to keep tagging these guys a couple times. And yeah, this is obviously gonna be much slower than the Wander strategy I had from earlier. Yeah, I guess we could optimize it more with things like Nahida's burst. Oh dear. Yeah, what am I doing? Okay, okay. I gotta pay attention if I'm gonna use a weird team like this. So, is Constellation 1 Nahida worth it? Honestly, if it's only for Constellation 1, it's like meh, right? If all you're getting is Constellation 1, it's kind of worth it. But if, you know, you're gonna go for a little more than Constellation 1, like you definitely plan to go for Constellation 2 someday, then it is absolutely worth it. And we're gonna just wait until we get Nahida's thing. And we're gonna do this real quick. Okay. Yeah, so all the blooms generated right now are by Nilou, which is not an efficient use, and this is largely because I'm using Nilou as a second Hydro, and she's not built to generate blooms. I'm not even really using her. Okay, so we're gonna go get some more artifacts. This is already exhausting. And let's see. Here we go. You got 1,000 floating dreams. Shall I refine it? Yes or no? That's totally up to you. If you're into like some oddball nuke showcases and stuff, I wouldn't refine it because you can throw it on Klee, you can have it on, for example, Lisa, and you can have it on Nahida, and you can do some wacky stuff like that. And you can, in the end, provide your team with a lot of Elemental Mastery buff just like that. But that's just me being a filthy whale going for things like damage per screenshots. But if, on the other hand, you're more interested in just making your Nahida do more damage, then yeah, just refine it. Just refine it up to 3. So, okay. We got 4. And... Can I use Ayaka next? Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? We can draw this out a little bit. Let's go ahead and do a quick little Ayaka team. So we're gonna use Ayaka here. Now, one issue with Ayaka is against the 2 Hilichurl guys. I actually don't know what the best way to group them is. So we could also try to group them up a bit. And let's see, we're just gonna go with Ayaka, Shenhe. We can go for Venti perhaps. And then we will run Sayu. Where's little Sayu? Sayu, there you are. And there's our quick Ayaka team. Can I use Daya? Oh man, okay. Okay. We got a lot of requests to try to fill. So let's see what we can do. Blizzard Strayer here. I'm going to give her an energy. No, we can give her... yeah, just all... Should I give her an energy recharge piece? Yeah, I think an energy recharge with crit damage focus should be pretty good on her. Let's see what we've got to choose from. We've got... Actually, a lot of these pieces aren't very impressive, are they? My energy recharge pieces are not all that great, but we'll just go with this one. That's fine. How much crit rate and damage does she have? 50%, 65, 85. That's fine. I don't really care about min-maxing that much. Here's Shenhe, Venti with Elegy, and Sayu. All right, let's go ahead. So now the goal is to group the 5 Hilichurl guys. We're going to wipe out the first wave with Ayaka's E. Or no, sorry. Ayaka's charge attack. Ayato next. Daya next. Alright, my Ayaka build is just 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. She's at Constellation 6, of course. Does Nahida buff damage? Yes, she does. She provides 250 Elemental Mastery plus whatever buffs the Catalyst that she is using can provide. So we're going to open up with... Oh, oops, not that. But I guess now we did open up with that, and now I'm completely screwed because I won't be able to hit this one with Ayaka's charge attack. So, okay. Can these guys even be grouped up by Venti? Okay, yes, but barely. All right. And Ayaka's burst will indeed finish them off, especially... Okay, but now I don't have her burst. So it's a little bit difficult for repeatability. Looks like that's a bit of a problem. Okay, yeah, I have to brainstorm a little bit. I think I can figure something out here. So here's a strategy. We're going to use Shenhe into burst. Venti's burst right here. Then we're going to finish these guys off with a charge attack. And okay, so we got Ayaka's burst back up. Okay, not that elegant, but it's doable. 32 seconds. Not too shabby. Okay. So Venti's burst, though, I didn't really like the way it's positioned. Let me think a little bit more. Are the new artifacts worth farming? I mean, I guess if you want a couple quick pieces for, do I think Dea will do decent damage with the new artifacts? I mean, barely. You know, we are still talking about Dea, right? And right now, like, the content just isn't designed for her kit. We just don't really care about taking and surviving damage in most things. You can generally get away with retrying and dodging stuff, or just bringing a healer and healing a ton, or bringing a shielder and mitigating it. So Dea's kit, while it does offer unique utility, I just feel like the content isn't designed around it right now. And perhaps, like, it may never be designed around it too. There's the real possibility of that also being the case. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see how that goes. And oh dear, we separated this one out way over here. Yeah, this is the problem with not running a freeze character or a hydro character, because I'm using the double animo to move, you know, all the way across. But it's perfectly farmable with roughly this strategy. Okay, new domain, is it worth it? Two-piece HP users. Honestly, I would say it's only really worth it for Nilou, because Yelan already had options. Hu Tao has the 4-piece Crimson Witch of Flames. It's obviously good for Dea too. So, okay, let's see. All right, guys. I think we're gonna need to go back to a little bit of more efficiency, because we have 56 of these to go. 56 of these to go. Yeah. Okay. Wait. How many fragile resins do I have? 1. Yeah. Let's go refill. How do I have 5 party slots? As in, like, I only have 5, or how did I get a 5th one? Oh yeah. I don't know if they mentioned this, but they did but they added this feature where you can add additional parties here, right? So you could just click this to add a 6th party to your party options. But yeah, oh yeah, Candace. Yeah, Candace can use it too. So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys knew about that, the ability to add new parties, but there is that. So, okay, let's keep going, my friends. We're gonna have to go a little bit faster, because it's 8, and I'm gonna have to go to bed in a couple hours. So let's go ahead and keep on going. We're gonna blitz through this now. We're gonna blitz through this. How about the new set on Child? It should be good on him. One nice thing about it is that you should be able to get a bigger burst damage while not sacrificing much in terms of his normal and charge attack damage. So also, a nice thing about it is I think it does more Riptide damage, right? Riptide is considered elemental skill damage off the top of my head. Oops. So, yeah, since Riptide damage is considered elemental skill damage, the new artifact set provides a bunch of attack and a bunch of hydro damage, which is great for Riptide damage, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that, in terms of whether or not a child's Riptide damage is elemental skill damage. But yeah. Okay. That's pretty easy. Oh, looks like my wife is calling me. Hang on. Let's see what. Oh, hey, babe, what's up? Oh, yeah, I'm streaming right now. Oh, okay, talk to you later. Bye. Alright. Oh! Yep. Lost my place on the keyboard, but yeah, anyway. Okay, so, where were we? Yes, we were talking about child and stuff. Do I think it's better than the Heart of Depth? You're gonna have to crunch a lot of numbers to figure out if it's better than the Heart of Depth. Because, you know, this one increases the burst damage and riptide damage in comparison to slightly lower basic attacks and charge attacks. I would say overall it is a little bit better than the Heart of Depth for child. Kind of based on just what I'm just that summary there, right? Like a lot of child's damage comes from his nuke as well as the riptides. So yeah, but the thing is like we're talking about a marginal increase to his damage. So if you already have a good Heart of Depth set, I personally don't think it's worth the resin. Like I would not farm it, and I do like min-maxing a lot in Genshin Impact, and if I'm not willing to do that, then yeah. Alright, it should kind of tell you enough about it, but let's see. Hi, wife to lose. Alright. Chat's getting a little spicy in here. I love to lose gaming, yes. I do often lose. Yes, this is Constellation 6 Wanderer. I lose a lot of 50-50s, my friends. That is a very painful part. Oh wait, I don't need to do a charge attack. That's some muscle memory from having the previous Desert of Pavilion 4-piece set with Wanderer. But let's see. Not scripted call. No, it wasn't. I can show you. Well, no, then I would show you guys her name and stuff. But yeah, she literally just called. Well, anyway, let's see. Is the other set good for Yelan? The 2-piece HP. So okay, actually, I did want to. You reminded me of a point I wanted to make. This is actually a great domain to farm for 2-piece combination for Yelan specifically. Because the reason is, Yelan, if you just want to squeeze out as much damage as possible on her, right now her best options are 2-piece combinations. And whether it's a 2-piece tenacity, 2-piece, you know, whether it's 20% HP or 15% Hydro damage, they both basically increase her damage by roughly the same amount. So you're actually farming both 2-piece sets for a damage maximized Yelan at the same time, which is actually nice for Yelan havers that want to do that. But just keep in mind that you're sacrificing a lot of energy recharge. So a Yelan build like that is great for specific situations where you are able to balance out the energy requirements with the increased damage. And keep in mind though that the Emblem of Sever Fates does roughly the same, if not a little bit more burst damage than the 2-piece combinations. The 2-piece combination for Yelan is mainly good for if you care about breakthrough barb damage in conjunction with her elemental skill damage. That's where the 2-piece combinations really come into play. And actually, now that I'm saying that, it's mainly for Constellation 6 Yelans. It's mainly for Constellation 6 Yelans, but other Yelans can still gain a bit of a benefit from the increased elemental skill damage as well. So on teams where perhaps you're running a mono hydro team, that is something worth considering because you can definitely still maintain Yelan's energy requirements while also rocking that set. So yeah, say 6 Yelan, we can relate. Challenge showcase with a new artifact. Yeah, if I can get a decent set. Am I going to do Honkai Star Rail stream? Yes, I am going to stream Honkai Star Rail when it comes out. I'm going to stream when Baizu and Kave come out. So it's going to be a lot more streaming than I'm used to, but I am excited to stream a bit more than I usually stream for you guys. It's just, you know, lately Genshin's been a little slow and I've just been, you know, focusing on my day job and other things and my kid and stuff. But, you know, as the proverbial saying goes, when the number 2 hits the fan, you just got to deal with it. So yeah, don't forget to drink water. Oh, thank you, Ricky. What am I running on Wander? Really quick. Tula's Remembrance, as well as the 4-piece Shimenawas. I like the 4-piece Shimenawas because that way I don't have to even do the charge attack. In certain scenarios like this, which is a very short fight, I find myself preferring that. And also, it's a bit better for autopiloting. Even though I still do the charge attack from muscle memory, which is kind of silly that, you know, I even did the swap to Shimenawa since I'm still doing the charge attack at the beginning. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's the power of muscle memory there. So, okay. How is C0 Nilou Dea? Just, I'm sorry. I cannot recommend any team with, like, just say Dea and any other character. I'm just going to tell you it's not good. It's just not good. Doesn't matter who you pair her with. There's just a better option, period. So Nilou Dea right now as C0, I also don't really like that much because, I mean, the team is just so energy dependent without the ability to have, like, a lot of batteries to funnel for the characters, right? Like, how is Nilou ever going to get her burst back up after you do her elemental burst? And Dea, on the other hand, I mean, sure, maybe she can have some burst up time, which is nice, but the amount of damage she does, like, you're not going to be 9-starring Abysses very conveniently at all if you rely on Dea's damage like that, like a vape Dea's damage. So yeah, I can't recommend it. But that being said, you know, I'm not here to play future Impact either, right? So I'm basing it off of the current Genshin Impact. It's not something I can really strongly recommend. Now, what about Monopyro? Monopyro is the most functional team for Dea, in my opinion, and it's largely because Xiangling is just so good, right? Xiangling deals more damage than Dea does, in my opinion, on that team, roughly. I have to actually, like, run the team rotation calculator and stuff, but I'm pretty sure Xiangling does more damage, but Dea is reasonable in that situation because, you know, everyone's battering each other, everyone's amplifying each other's damage. Xiangling's resistance shred is very nice for Dea as well. So yeah, it's something I can recommend. If you do want to use Dea, you can make it work. See, Constellation 6 Gene. Yeah, Constellation 6 Gene teams. It's a little hard to just kind of like build a team only around Jean, since she is generally a support character / sub DPS character, and I feel like I'm already losing my voice a bit. Okay, maybe the actual trick is to talk a little bit more quietly. Would you use the clock on Dea? Not quite fully sure I understand the question. Sorry, my voice is, my throat's bothering me a little bit. Is Nilou still good without Nahida? Yes, she is. She's quite good without Nahida as well. So, the clock would be the bell. No, I don't recommend the bell on Dea, in all honesty. It's really not that good on her. That being said, it's better than something like the prototype of Archaic or whatever it's called. It's better than things like the Black Cliff by a little bit, I think. But yeah, Constellation 0 Dea doesn't even scale very well off of HP, which is one of the main reasons why it's not good. Now, if you have Constellation 1 Dea, on the other hand, the bell becomes much better, and I would put it in the realm of, like, usable. It's a decent-ish 4-star weapon at that point. Is Ayato going to be good with Nahida Hyper Bloom team? Yes, Ayato's good on pretty much any Bloom team. And who can I use the 4-piece HP set on besides Dea? I don't know. Maybe Hu Tao with corrosion damage? I mean, if you guys have some advice for you could use it on Xiao, but he has better options too. The 4-piece set I can only think of really for Dea. You can use it a little bit on, no, not even Hu Tao, because it doesn't, no, not Hu Tao. It doesn't buff charge attack damage. So is the new set good for C0 Ito? Yes, it's good for C0 Ito, but it's not much better than things like the Shimenawas, the Gladiators, and, well, okay, maybe not the Shimenawas, because Constellation Zero Itos really like using his Elemental Burst, and forget I said that. But yeah, it's not much better than the Gladiators, or just his current options, like the 4-piece Echoes of an Offering. That's what it's called. Oh, okay, here we go. Stop spamming the same question. Oh. Was he spamming is if SC6, the Michael B question, is the new set better for Dea or is Emblem of Severed Fate? So at Constellation 1 and above, the new set just does more damage for Dea overall than the Emblem of Severed Fates. But the benefit of the Emblem of Severed Fates is the burst uptime. You sacrifice damage, you sacrifice a lot of damage on Dea's elemental skill with the Emblem of Severed Fates, and you sacrifice only a little bit of damage on our elemental burst with the Emblem of Severed Fates. So yeah, it's not a bad option. Okay, let's see. We're gonna enhance our first few pieces of the new Hydro set. Let's go ahead and burn through this. Oh man, guys, this is taking a long time because we got so many artifacts and resin to go through. Oh man, we're gonna see if I can stay awake through all this. Attack, okay, crit rate. Okay, we need double crit on this set for sure. This is definitely a set that you want a lot of crit stats on for the attack scaling Hydro DPS characters. And sadly, no double crit yet. Okay, we got one double crit, has attack percent. Let's keep going. We got to burn through all the 3-star and 4-star fodder to make more room for more artifacts. So, crit damage, not bad. Have I thought about making a script for artifact upgrading? All right, little secret here. I actually did make one for that, but I cannot say if I use it or not because I think MiHoYo frowns upon people using hotkeys and shortcuts like that. But yes, I have made one before. All it does is it clicks like this really fast. So yeah. Okay, so, oh man, yeah, I am kind of short on Mora now, down to 5 million. You already have a good flower right here. Oh yeah, I haven't even been paying attention. I've been looking at chat here. 2 more crit rolls. All right, guys, let's see. Guys, how does he upgrade his artifacts so fast? So you click auto add, and if it levels up, you click enhance details. So you skip up the level up screen and click enhance. Auto add, enhance details, enhance. Just like that. So that way it cancels that screen of leveling up. And one more level before we probably get back to farming. Attack percent, meh, it's okay. It's on an attack percent set, so it's, you know, more acceptable because of that. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna run out of 4-star artifacts soon. This time I remember, I think. We're gonna see if I remember by the time we actually get down to the down to the last few artifacts. So okay, Mr. I win to lose. Have I touched TCG at all? No, I have not. I find the TCG to be very cute and charming. I do find it fun, but alas, time is not on my side, my friends. I would love to catch up. I have not been exploring, so for me, content creation is my top priority for Genshin Impact, followed by exploration and just playing the game. Oh, followed by events in Genshin Impact, then exploration. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. Hopefully it didn't blow out your eardrums. And after that, I would say it's probably the TCG. So I am super far behind on the TCG. I don't even know what they've added for it. I bet they've added, like, you know, some of the best characters in the game now. But we have 2 double crit flowers, which we will bring up later. We're going to do that tournament style. So HP percent along with energy recharge and crit damage. Defense. Okay, attack percent. We are going to want to bring this one up to 4, and we do have enough to bring this one up to 4. Perfect. All right, my friends, back to the grind. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, if I have to choose between Constellation Zero Wander or Constellation Yoimiya, who do I choose? Weapons are Refinement 1 Lost Prayer and Refinement 4 Rust. Okay, so from a weapons perspective, you know, I think they're roughly equivalent, with honestly probably the Rust being a tiny bit better, but I would choose based on who you like as a character more, in all honesty. Now, me personally, I like Yoimiya more as a character, but I would actually choose Wander. And the reason for that is purely for exploration purposes. I have this angry, young, hormonal, teenage man who's probably like 200 years old on my team all the time. He's on my team all the time. He's such a good autopilot character. He's such a good exploration character. And me personally, I like the juxtaposition of kind of like his like baby face and how like sadistic and crazy he is. To me, there's something charming about that from a character and personality perspective, right? Although now he's a bit more of a goody-goody two-shoes, but he's still kind of a dick. So yeah, he's got that going for him. So that's my opinion on him. Angry young teenage, yeah. So yeah, my opinion, I would pick Wander for exploration purposes, but if you are a waifu over angry teenage boy player, then absolutely go for Yoimiya. In terms of their power levels, honestly, I think Constellation Zero Yoimiya, especially with like Yelan and stuff, is probably a little bit better than Wander for like just how much damage she can output thanks to vape and stuff like that. But I'm actually not 100%. I would assume so. But you know, someone would have to run the team damage calcs and comparisons for a situation like that. But I can say that they'll both perform well. They'll both do their roles. And that's the great thing about Genshin Impact, in all honesty. You're not forced to play super meta. And, you know, the worst case scenario is you're missing out on a few Primo Gems every week. So Genshin Impact has really gotten me to, like, change my perspective on endgames. Now, I'm not sure if this is, like, a Stockholm Syndrome, because, like, a lot of people complained about the endgame of Genshin Impact. And originally, you know, I came from a background of, like, grinding and, like, I don't know, Blizzard games or competitive games. Or just like, you know, more grindy action style games. Like I played Path of Exile, you know, the Diablos, things like that. And, you know, I was kind of missing that type of end game experience. And Genshin Impact, well, obviously it's a bit more of a casual game. But that's the thing, is that that's fine now, right? Like for me, as a consumer, I just don't have the time I had back in the day to just like play an infinite amount of time on like a game like Diablo 3, or I was actually hopelessly addicted to Phantasy Star Online 2. Yeah, Phantasy Star Online 2, as well as way back in the day Phantasy Star Universe. So those were actually the games that I sunk the most time in back in the day. And sure, they had that like infinite grind cycle and you just kept playing and grinding and stuff like that. But now I appreciate the fact that Genshin Impact forces me to log off after 10 to 30 minutes every day. I actually love that about the game. I'm gonna be honest. I love that about the game. That way, you know, I keep my wife happier. I keep myself healthier and happier too, instead of just like, you know, sitting in my room playing video games the whole time. So yeah, but that's the thing, you know, I'm a lot older now, so it's harder for me to justify that kind of time sink and that I used to have. So that's my feeling on it. Okay. Let's see. What's the best way to deal 1 million damage? Just use a nuker, and then you use the nuke against Scaramucci, the weekly boss. After you break its core and stuff, and you know, the second phase, you can do a huge nuke against it. Would you like if Genshin had some sort of raid? Yeah, I'm all for more difficult content and stuff in Genshin Impact. I do feel like there's a bit of a compromise in between where Genshin is and where other endgames are. Because, yeah, Genshin Impact is definitely lacking in that sense. I actually think Honkai Star Rail might have a better balance of endgame content to like casual content. And we're going to see how that plays out for the game. So I think you should ban those bots that keep asking trash questions. Huh. Yeah, I haven't noticed which questions are by the bots, but perhaps I'm just not great at seeing, identifying that. How do I feel about the power creep in this game? Huh. So I feel a bit conflicted. Genshin Impact is a game where power creep outside of like, I think GOO was perhaps the first major instance of serious power creep. But think of today. Think of how much better are characters than GOO. The answer is not a whole lot, right? Like, even at whale levels and at free-to-play levels, you know, characters aren't like heads over heels or colossally better at GOO, just like kind of at a baseline. Let's say you just had a punching bag that you could just beat up all day. And that's what's crazy about Genshin Impact. To this day, you know, a character, the first like actually good DPS character GOO that was released is still a really good and actually good DPS character to this day. Now that does present a problem in the sense that there is a lack of power creep, and MiHoYo is just kind of like side grading a lot of stuff. So once you kind of build your few main teams, you may not feel like you really have to, you may not have to like farm and all that stuff. But at the same time, we also have reverse power creep. We get characters like Dory, like Candace, you know, all these like silly gimmick characters that are fun and stuff, but they certainly don't feel all that powerful, right? They're just kind of there for the sake of introducing new characters. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like, it's interesting. Honestly, this is the first time I've played a game where the power creep was handled this way. And to me, you know, obviously I like Genshin Impact a lot, right? Like I play this game well, okay, not all the time, but I play this game like every day. So clearly it's appealing to me. Now that being said, it is exciting when characters feel like really powerful and busted and broken. Like that's exciting. But at the same time, it can also feel, you know, older owners of characters to feel left behind. So in a way, all these constant side grades and new mechanics that they've been introducing with characters like Nahida and Nilou, maybe that's the right move to do. I mean, clearly, you know, Genshin Impact is enormously successful, so they've done something correct in that regard. So let's see. Does Constellation 2 Nahida Hyperbloom team hit harder than C0 Nilou team? I would say it depends on the situation. If you have a bunch of brainless enemies running towards you, Nilou team is going to blast those enemies into oblivion. But let's say you need a grouper against slightly spread out enemies, you can slot in that invaluable animal character in order for the Nahida team to do better. Also, the Nahida Hyperbloom team is going to be better overall against bosses too, because Nahida's personal damage is very good in a Hyperbloom team thanks to the spread damage that she does. And it's likely you'll be running Xingqiu or Yelan, who are great single target damage characters too, along with someone like, I don't know, a Hytham or something like that. So yeah. Okay. Is C6 Yelan the strongest solo character? If I could only choose one Constellation 6 character in this game, like Constellation 6 5-star character, right now I would choose Yelan. No question. Absolutely no question about that. Man, I Went to Lose sounds very different in his videos. Perhaps it's an imposter. Huh, maybe it is. Among Us. Let's see, I feel like most of the power creep has to do with constellations. Like compare Venti, yes. Old characters' constellations had a very different design compared to new characters' constellations. So newer characters have an interesting pattern lately. Where I think a lot of them have like completely kit-changing mechanics. Like for example, Yelan and some others that come off the top of my head. GOO as well, I think. Yeah, and there's also like Nahida kind of changes a lot with it, But yeah, so some are like really kit changing, and others, on the other hand, we've been seeing a pattern of just roughly doubling the character's damage by Constellation 6. And to me, I don't know, I kind of miss the constellations that really change a character, like Yelan, for example, that just turns her into an absolute murder machine with her breakthrough barbs. So, okay. Let's see. All right. So... Kai says that they would go for Constellation 6 Chi-Chi. Great choice. Absolutely. The best thing about Constellation 6 Chi-Chi is you can murder your favorite character one additional time. That's what I love about Constellation 6 Chi-Chi. Alright. Constellation 6 Ito is game-changing. So, yeah, kind of. You definitely change like your rotations and stuff. Although ultimately you are basically still spamming his Kesagiri slashes, but it does feel a lot different because you just press and hold left click, which is pretty satisfying. My Scaramucci is Constellation 6. What is that floating orb around Wanderer? Huh. Floating orb. I have to pay attention to that. It might be his Constellation 2? Is it his Constellation 2? Let me see. Floating orb. Oh, are you talking about Farazan's thing? This thing? Right here? That's Farazan's thing. The swirly orbs, the 3 swirly orbs, that's Jean's Constellation 6. That's Jean's Constellation 6. Alright. So, do I like Chi-Chi plus Barbara team comp? Yes. Yes. It's a great choice for murdering my favorite character in this game, Child. I do enjoy the child abuse with Chi-Chi and Barbara, using a literal child to perform child abuse. Now, I honestly believe the power creep is not as relevant in Genshin as people make it out to be. It's certainly not as horrible as Hoyo's baby Honkai Impact. That's right, yeah. So, I played Honkai Impact back in the day, and my main was I think, one of the alter forms of Mei, the Sakura girl, the ice one that did the slashes and stuff. And now I don't even think like she's considered a character in the game anymore, right? Like, did they just like remove her? Like, does she even do any damage anymore? So is this artifact set better than the Heart of Depth? Barely. Honestly, barely for Child. My Jean is a whale Jean, but she has the Emblem of Sever Fates. She's getting buffed up the wazoo by this team. We have Bennett's buff, Farazan's buff, and finally, my Jean is using the Primordial Jade Cutter. She has the Emblem of Sever Fates and Jade Cutter. That's her build. Memento Sakura, that's it. Yes, yes. I loved that character. She was so awesome back in the day. At least I thought she was really cool. So yeah. And actually, my favorite character, design-wise, in Honkai was Himiko. I absolutely love, you know, like giant claymores on waifus. That's one of my favorite combinations. So Dea was right up my alley from a design perspective. I absolutely love Dea's design. So I'm really hoping that Dea becomes good in the future. Would I say that Hyperbloom was power creep for free-to-plays? That's actually a great question. Probably. But there's also an interesting way to think about it too, is that free-to-plays have generally created one extremely good, like, not Dendro team. So what it ends up doing is it's a unique way for like newer players to play catch-up in Genshin Impact, because they will basically have a, you know, Abyss 12 ready team with just a Hyperbloom team, and then they can focus on whatever other team they want to actually build. So I actually really like that about Hyperbloom. But is it a bit of power creep? Yes, in the sense that it basically is almost as good as a well-built crit damage team, and because you can always add crit to your Hyperbloom team too, which just makes it even better, right? So it's, yeah, it is perhaps power creep. Yeah, you could say that. But considering it's like a universal mechanic, it doesn't feel like, you know, certain characters were nerfed and stuff, or like certain characters were overshadowed, because a well-built Hyperbloom team is, let's say, you know, as good as perhaps a Raiden national team is, roughly, right? I mean, I don't actually know that off the top of my head, but just as an estimation. So you'll feel like, okay, it's not like completely overshadowing it, but instead it's just kind of like a side grade to it. And, you know, also much more resource friendly. Electro damage, goblet. Okay, we're back to enhancing some artifacts. We're back to experiencing some pain together. And we got not a double crit, elemental one. That's okay. Defense, cryo damage, animo, dendro damage, and geo. So really for the set, we want a pyro damage one. But what are the chances we're going to get that? Roughly 5%. Okay, HP percent with energy recharge. Nice. Okay, let's enhance this for Nilou. We're going to want to get a few energy recharge rolls on this thing. Crit rate. Okay, not exactly what I wanted. Wait, why energy recharge? No, I don't really care about that. Attack actually... Huh. Yeah. For Nilou, yeah, energy. This one has flat HP and energy recharge. The thing is, I think my Nilou already surpassed the HP cap. Right? My Nilou might be above the HP cap for the Bountiful Core bonus. Because you can only gain up to 400% of Bountiful Core. Energy recharge, nice. I'm just going to lock this one for now and move on. I don't want to spend all my fodder on that yet. Healing bonus, attack. Okay, I think we've gone through all these. Yeah, let's go through the Nymph Stream next. All right, Nymph Stream, just double crit. Yeah, all we want is double crit on this thing. Yeah, so there's an HP cap for gaining the party-wide buff for Nilou's Bountiful Cores. I'll take a look at it real quick afterwards. If someone else wants to do the math really quick to mention it, that would be great, so I don't have to do it, but we can take a look. Oh, Constellation 7 Chi-Chi, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Kai. Oh man, that feels bad. That feels bad. Okay. 74k. Thank you, Matthew. I will double check it, but that sounds about right. It's roughly 70 something K HP, 75k, yeah, just right around there, where you don't gain any more Bountiful Core damage bonus for the team, which is when you don't really care about adding any more HP onto Nilou. Now, it's pretty difficult to reach for free-to-plays back in the day. I don't know about now with the 2-piece HP set bonus, as well as, let's say you have a Refinement 1 Key of Caution Sut. I think you can actually reach it. I think you can actually reach it. So let me see. Energy recharge, we're going to bring this one up to 4. HP percent, energy, no, we don't need that. We did get a nice double crit elemental mastery piece. This is good on this set because you can go for that big vape on Child's Nuke perhaps, but we'll have to revisit that and eventually maybe crunch some numbers for Child, much to my chagrin. Okay, electro damage bonus. Is the new set gonna make Dea better? Yes, a little bit better. Miho, can I have Wander? Yes, that would be nice. I do wish Mihoyo would throw out a few more bones in terms of like, to the player base, like a few more better freebies for us. So HP percent, attack percent, defense, crit rate, crit damage. Hey, look at this. Not too shabby. Okay, we're gonna have to bring a couple pieces up a few levels. So let's go ahead and do that because we gotta clear out room. We gotta clear out room for our additional farming. We got energy recharge. We'll keep going. I can accept energy recharge. And we got energy recharge again. Okay. If we actually get all energy recharge, then this will be a good off piece for various Favonius users. Oh my god, I'm already running out of artifact space. Yeah, this is the problem with artifact space for me. Maybe it's my hoarding problems. Because, yeah, I'm glad I checked, because otherwise I would have just wasted all these things again. Which, you know, it always triggers me every time I do that. But at the same time, why am I hoarding them? Like, is it just like me being having hoarding issues? Okay, anyway, let's get rid of some of these, bring this up to 19. And we're gonna wrap this one up with a few of these. Let's just finish this one off. What do we get? Oh, flat HP. Get this garbage out of here. I mean, yeah, we'll see. If it's the best piece I have, it's the best piece I have. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, so we went through, oh man, back to farming. Back to farming. You want artifact space problems? Yeah. Yeah. That'd be... I guess, let me know if you guys have issues with artifact space, or perhaps it's just because I'm trying to build like every single character and every single artifact set, right? That's my issue. And I also do max refreshes every single day. So, and I spend most of that on artifacts. So that's why I have no artifact space. Please, MiHoYo, I spend a lot of money on your game. Give me more artifact space. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. Would I rather have Baizu or Nahida? Okay, so I can't talk about Baizu's kit, right? He's not released yet. And I can't really comment too much on that. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I also wish they would allow us to do something about the resin cap too. Like, I think it's high time they either increase the amount of condensed resin we can make or something like that. That would be absolutely lovely. Or increase the cap as well to at least 200 or something. That'd be awesome. So yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm glad to see a few others have the same problem as I do when it comes to artifact space. Yeah. MiHoYo, please. Even 500. Even 500 I will take. Just give me 500 more. You know? It's literally just a few extra lines in your database. It's nothing. Okay. Wow, Deku, you have been very efficient with your artifact space. Only 170 at AR 58. Alright, respect. Yes, I would love for them to be able to convert our 3 and 4 star artifacts, or even some 5-star ones too, I guess. But I always strongbox them, personally. Is my Wanderer C6? Yes, my Wanderer C6. Genius C6. Everything on my account is Constellation 6, except for a few of the newer characters where I have their Constellation 6s, but I have not activated them yet. Okay. Whew. Are we at the halfway point yet of farming these artifacts? How long has it been? An hour or something. Oh my gosh, 9 p.m. already. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we've reached the halfway point. Oh my goodness. Halfway point. Alright. No more dilly-dallying. I'll still comment. I'll still respond to chat here. But I'm gonna just try to, you know, autopilot my artifact farming as efficiently, roughly as I can. Would I ever skip a character, or will I always get them for content purposes? The only reason I would skip a character is like, I don't know, something crazy happened around the game or the character, but I doubt that. So if that's the case, but outside of like, you know, extremely outlying situations and being a content creator, I do plan to get every character in the game. Will I always get them to Constellation 6? I don't know. I don't know at this point, right? Because like the Constellation 6 content is becoming a little less popular lately. Constellation 0 is still always like what most people like the most, and that makes sense, right? You know, it's the most relatable and useful content to create. How much have I spent? A lot. I've spent a lot on Genshin Impact. I try to spend as little as I can for the content creation purposes. Will Hoyoverse add equipment loadout, though? Perhaps in 2025, when we get to Snezhnaya. I'm hoping for equipment loadouts. When will I add new updates to the damage maximizer? Yeah, I've been a bit lazy to it. I've been a bit lazy at it. Because a lot of other, you know, great developers and stuff, they've spent more of their time creating the tools for it. You know, I created mine at the very beginning when Genshin Impact was like so new and no one knew anything about it. So I kind of made a tool for my own personal use. So I feel like, although I still use it for a lot of my spreadsheets just because I'm most familiar with the tool, there's a lot of other tools now that are incredible to use. Yeah, the negativity and doom posting around Dea. Yeah, you know, I get that. I get why that irks a lot of people, you know. Me personally, I feel like it's a situation of future impact. I find it hard to believe that this is what they had in mind for Dea because, and this also kind of brings me to the next question. Why even have beta testers test it if the character is meant for something way in the distant future? Right? Which I kind of find interesting, but I don't know. I guess beta testers will always find like bugs and things like that, you know, obviously just an in-house QA, QC team can't really do. Am I a data analyst? No, I'm not. I'm a software developer, but yes, I'm not a data analyst. Why do I hate Tartaglia? It is a bit unfair to him. Actually, he's kind of grown on me a bit lately, but you know, I kind of misconstrued his character and his actions due to the earlier parts of the story arc, you know, when he was kind of the main antagonist for a while, how he was kind of willing to drown an entire country. But at the same time, there were a lot of people, I'm not that familiar with the lore, but people were saying how he was only okay with doing it because he knew that Zhongli or someone would stop him. I don't know if that's true, but you guys can let me know in the comments if something like that is true. And, you know, kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place given his position, although you can generally choose what job you do. So he is obviously a Fatui Harbinger. And things like that, you know, just find it interesting. What do I know about Folklore? I think she's the... Is she the Archon? I think so, right? She's the Archon of Fontaine. That's about all I know about it. Yeah, it's like Kuki, who got the redemption arc. Exactly. Characters like Kuki and Toma really got a very nice redemption, thanks to Dendra's release. So, yeah, software development explains why you can whale in this game. Hey, yeah. It's why I was able to whale at the beginning of the game, and you know, kind of led to me creating my YouTube channel and stuff for the game. So yeah, I did have the disposable income for it. So what, with the new set, bring more value to Constellation 1 Dea? Yes, absolutely. Constellation 1 Dea scales better off of HP. Oops. These are Fatui spoilers. No, I'm not live on Twitch. I have not set up streaming on Twitch yet. Perhaps I should someday. Perhaps I should. Oh yeah, a cat stream. Yeah, I should bring one of my cats on too. Yeah, he said so himself. Okay, great. So you know, I'm not that great at like reading the story either. I kind of click through it pretty quickly. But yeah, if that's the case, you know, if Child kind of knew that Li Yue was not in any real danger, then I kind of have to reassess my opinion on him. And, you know, Child, every time like he's kind of around us in the story, I feel like a sense of ease in a way. Like, hey, it's a reliable, strong guy that is kind of on her side, right? It's how I feel about Child. So yeah, why is Nahida applying 1.5U Dendro so good? It's because when you apply 1 use of Hydro, it does not remove the last little bit of Dendro. So that makes maintaining Dendro on characters a lot easier, which therefore allows for a lot more blooms because you won't be, you know, overriding Dendro, or sorry, you won't be overriding Hydro with Dendro, which only creates 1 core, but instead you'll be overriding Dendro with Hydro, which creates at least 2 cores in that situation. Let's see. Brutal, honest, so why is that child constantly reminded that his family is being held hostage? Oh, really? Is his family actually being held hostage? I remember his brother just like, you know, hanging out with us in Liyue, right? Like his brother was just kind of like, hey guys, what's up? I'm visiting my big bro. Across the country, or across the world, basically. He has a delusion, and he could not know for sure that someone would save the city. Yeah, fair enough. That's true, too. There was a chance something could go very wrong. Yes, there is. Do I think Xiao is still a good DPS? He's okay. I think Xiao's okay. If you have Constellation 6 Farazan, he's very good. Constellation 6 Farazan is an insane support for Animo DPS characters. But, that being said, without Constellation 6 Farazan, he's okay. Do I think Nahida's Constellation 3 is worth it? Honestly, no. I personally don't think so. It's roughly a 10% increase to her Tri-Karma Purification damage. So you're going to have to ask yourself if that's worth it to you. Compared to most other upgrades that I deem as worth it, I think upgrades that are roughly 15% or more are generally what I would describe as worth it. So, okay, let's see. Yeah, I agree, Austin. I would love to see more of these like support characters like Mika, Farazan, etc. not be so dependent on their Constellation 6s. Like, Farazan in particular has the most egregiously designed Constellation 6 in the game. This thing adds the additional pressurized collapse too, which is insane that they would include this in her Constellation 6 and not in one of the earlier constellations. So they should have split this up and moved that part or the crit damage part in an earlier portion of their kit. Me personally, I think Constellation 6 should give a bit more utility and Constellation 2 or 4 should be the damage. But hey, that's just my opinion. I mean, you know, I would still, whales like me and others will still bring them up to Constellation 6, so I doubt Miho is losing much money. Oh, I do have Friendship 10 Farazan, don't I? Huh. Yeah, I don't even know which characters I have Friendships 10s and stuff for. Okay. Constellation 2, Kazuha, or Kazuha Freedom Sword. So me personally, I would, if you have the choice of either or, I would go for Constellation 2 Kazuha because you also get Constellation 1 Kazuha. Constellation 1 Kazuha allows you to pull them in first, pull them in again, which adds either a ton of damage, a ton of energy, and you know, just a lot more grouping too. So if it's Constellation 1 Kazuha or the Freedom Sword, might be kind of team dependent, but overall I would still lean towards Constellation 2 Kazuha. 200 Elemental Mastery is overall a better buff than a 20% attack plus 24% bonus damage. Is it 24 or 18% bonus damage? I don't remember, but whatever that is, because Kazuha is generally on teams that enjoy Elemental Mastery. Okay, actually, let me change that statement, because, well, Constellation 2 Kazuha also increases the damage that the buff that he provides, right, from his passive. So yeah, okay. Actually, you'd have to go back and do some math for it. It is a tricky question, but there's a case to be made for either, and it depends on the team that you're running him with, right? Like in a mono pyro team, they're both good. I guess Constellation 2 Kazuha, it's more universal of a buff. Okay, anyway, back to enhancing. Back to enhancing. Vorokasha's Glow. Okay, so HP. Okay, if we get energy recharge on this one, we can bring it up a little bit. Oh man, yeah, I do want to finish off farming all this all this resin. I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna stay awake through this. We can do it. We can do it together. What's the best DPS character in the game right now, in my opinion? It's probably Constellation 6 Yelan. And after that, if we're not including Constellation 6s, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I would say Hyper Bloom is the best DPS character in the game. Like the Hyper Bloom itself. So let's see. Okay. Okay, there we go. Nothing else. Okay, so this is the HP set. EM and HP timepieces are what we want. We actually did get a double crit HP timepiece here from previous that I didn't even bother doing anything with yet. Maybe I'll save the enhancing part of that later. Nothing else even worth enhancing. Healing bonus. I will bring this one up to 4 because I don't actually have many double crit healing circlets, and maybe someday there will be a character who will really appreciate a double crit healing circlet, but that will not be it. And oh, this is a good Kokomi piece for what it's worth. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, attack. No. And double crit defense. Interesting. Elemental mastery. Show Jean's build. Okay, I will right after this. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Alhaitham is close to one of the best at Constellation 0. Alhaitham is an incredible DPS character. I absolutely do agree with that. Is he one of the best? Yeah. I think he is one of the best DPS characters in the game since he is such an easy to use Dendra driver. And he does a lot of great spread damage himself. Okay, double crit flower. We'll revisit this in a bit. Let's go ahead and bring this one up to 4. Oh man, getting a little tired here. Okay. My Jean is better than Tuanto's Jean, huh? Okay, is my Jean better than Tuanto's Jean? I have no idea what Tuanto's Jean is like. But my Jean right now is built for energy recharge. I really want her to get her burst up every time for this run. So that way she can one-shot the 2 Miniturals that start at the beginning. And with a Refinement 5 Primordial Jade Cutter, her talents are the typical 9, 12, 12 for my account. So yeah. Choose a Constellation 6 character other than Yelan. That's a tough one. That's a legitimately tough one. Let me think. Constellation 6 besides Yelan. Oh man. Okay. I really like Wander Constellation 6. Like, I'm basically a Wanderer main at this point with how much I use him. And Wander is just like, look at this. That's Constellation 6 Wander. He's just so easy to use for how much power he delivers. And he's super... Now, is he like a world record setting character or anything like that? Not necessarily, but the fact that he's Animo, the fact that he's one of the best characters for the overworld, he might be my second choice. Even though, like, I don't think he's the strongest Constellation 6 character by a long stretch, or even close to it. But it's just the pure utility and having so much power behind it at the same time of all that utility is why I like Wanderer so much. Like, look at just how convenient everything is with him, right? This is not the only domain this is like that it looks like this with him. It's almost every domain that you bring him in. It's like this. It's just a slaughter fest and he moves super fast. C6 Wanderer, C6 Ito. Definitely Wanderer right now because of Farazan. Farazan is just so good of a support. But if Farazan didn't exist, I would give that to Ito probably. But yeah, it's just that, you know, it's just so hard to compete with her. So Eula is a bit outdated nowadays because she just feels really clunky to use. Her Constellation 6 is really good, but whenever I use Eula, I feel like I'm clunking around because, you know, there's a lot of like, you have to do a balance with energy. Her normal attacks are very stubby and you have to use them a lot, right? So whereas Wanderer, on the other hand, you know, his normal attacks just hit everything, everywhere, so you just don't care, right? Like, at this point, I've become such a lazy gamer that this is how I prefer playing the game. I just mash left click, and that's about it. Yeah, it is fun to one-shot stuff with Eula. It's very, you get that dopamine hit when that happens. You know? When Eula just like blows stuff up, it feels good. It just feels good. All right. Yoimiya. Yeah, Yoimiya is nice. Yoimiya is very similar with Wander in terms of the quality of life in combat, which is very nice to have. These two characters are Unga Boonga left click, don't even look at your screen. Xinyan or Amber? Honestly, with how late... Okay, so Amber, there was this person on YouTube that would always do Amber runs, and I absolutely loved watching his Amber runs. And he would just blow everything up with the Baron Bunnies. It's absolutely hilarious. But with all that said, with how lazy of a gamer I am, Xinyan by far. You can just hold left click instead of, you don't even have to click it, you just hold left click with the right build, and you can still do some serious damage with her. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it? Yeah, I don't know the YouTuber's name, unfortunately, but it might be one of the ones that chat mentioned down below. So yeah. Oh yeah, so Fob Master and I, the question there, I don't think we raced, but we did do some like a damage per screenshots together, which was a lot of fun. We were figuring out how to maximize Ganyu's nukes back in the day. And yeah, that was some good times with him. That was a lot of fun to do. Oh my gosh, we're out of artifact space again. Okay, we gotta do something about this. Alright, I'm gonna enhance a bunch of stuff now to get rid of all the fodder, as well as to perhaps burn through some level 4 artifacts too, because we cannot keep stopping like every 2 runs to do this, or at least, I mean, I guess we can, we're literally doing it, but I don't want to, so let's see if we can clear up a little bit more space. Alright. Okay, here we go. Nothing. Energy recharge. Are we gonna get a double crit? Nope. So not a single double crit goblet. Oof. Usually you see 1 or 2 by now, but no, we're just not having that luck, unfortunately. That's a big shame. So you got C6 Ayaka, C1 Shinhe last patch. Should I take the time getting to Constellation 6? Free to play! This free to play Chad has a Constellation 6 Ayaka. I mean, if you want your Ayaka to be even more of a general murder machine, then yeah, go for Shinhe's console. I mean, you know, you've already gone this deep. You may as well go that deep. Just go all the way, man. Just go all the way. Be that free-to-play player with Constellation 6, Shinhe, and Ayaka. I'd love to see it. That's crazy. That's mad. But yeah, kudos to you, man. That's some serious self-control. But yeah, so I'm sure this player probably knows, but his Ayaka's charge attacks are probably doing like at least 40k per slash, if not more. It should be way more with a proper setup. You can do like 200k per slash as a whale, but you don't even need Constellation 6 Shenhe for that. So yeah, yeah, he should be able to one-shot a lot of stuff with that Ayaka. So okay. Hey, wait, this artifact's going pretty well. Okay, 2 into crit damage. Here I'm just blabbering. What do we get? Oh, flat attack. Flat attack. We had a 75% chance to get anything but flat attack, and we got flat attack. Oh, the pain. The pain of artifact farming. Alright, let's keep going. What do we get? Crit damage, okay. So we got this many left for 4 stars, just keeping a mental note of it so I don't bring this thing up to 20. What do we get? More crit damage. Could use some crit rate here. I guess today's not a crit rate day. Oh. You know, I could use some more crit rate here. I guess asking politely, or asking not all that politely, seems to be the trick. That's the trick. Give me some crit rate, please. Here we go. Let's get rid of some 4 stars. I'm going to bring this up to 20 regardless. So I'm going to burn through all these 4 stars. Come on. Oh, attack percent. Well, Daya does actually scale up pretty well off attack percent too. So, yeah, joke's on them. I wanted that one. Okay, let's just bring this one up. There we go. Oh no, more. Okay, attack percent. Okay, that's fine. It's not flat defense at least. It's not flat defense. But we've gone through a good amount of fodder, which is good. Do we have anything else worth enhancing? I'll bring this one up to 20 because I need to clear out some inventory space. So let's clear out some space here. Okay. Oh, ×5 bonus. What did that go into? Crit damage, right? Okay, yeah. It's a decent piece. 32% crit value. Not too shabby. Let's bring some of these up too. We're going to see if we can get a usable set of either artifact set, and if time permits, we will showcase them too. Okay, so I'm going to save. Should I even bother saving these? I want to do like a quick tally at the end to see roughly how many I got. But energy recharge. Wow. It's a lot of energy recharge. All right. So if 2 more of these actually go in energy recharge, that could go up to 30%. That could go up to 30%. That'd be my highest energy recharge flower that I would own. So let's bring this up to 16. Crit rate. Now I actually don't want crit, but okay, we'll leave it here at that. All right, let's keep going. Let's enhance this one too. We have a double crit flower. We get rid of some of these rusty pale flame sets. I guess I'll just bring it up to 8. Flat defense. Oh, my eyes. I can't look at this. Get it out of my sight. All right, we got 2 more feathers, sorry, to enhance. Let's do this. Man, this is the real gamer moment here. Energy recharge. Oh. I mean, yeah, it's okay, but neither Child or even Ayato really care that much about energy recharge. Okay. Here we go. Flat HP. Oh, man. Everything's going downhill. Oh, this is stressing me out now. Flat HP, energy recharge. Okay. Okay, we still have this piece. We have some hope. We have some hope. I'm going to bring this one all the way up to 8. Wait, I'm going to do a tally, so I'm going to keep those. I'm going to get rid of these level 4 ones. Flat HP! And more flat HP! Ah! Oh! This is worse than the gacha, where instead of burning real money, I'm burning my sanity. Oh my god. Oh. Alright. Well, we'll keep on going. We'll keep on going. It's not over yet. It's not over until it's over. Until every last drop of resin is gone. We have hope. We have hope. Alright. How good are Yoimi's constellations? Off the top of my head, they roughly double her damage. That's really off the top of my head. But, yeah, it's something like that. They're good. They're okay. How much resin have I burned till now? I think I'm 2,500 or so. Let's see. I have 20 of these left. So that's 1,200 left. So, yeah, roughly 2,600, 2,800 resin. Our goal is to hit roughly 4,000 resin today. Will I trade crystals for fragile? I would trade real money for fragile. I mean, that's what I do, right? I buy the battle pass, I buy, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah, I would trade it for fragile resin. You mostly do this for showcase. Yeah, and you know, I just like having the new artifact sets and stuff. Being able to build my characters, and I actually do want to build Daya properly. I want to have a well-built Daya, in particular for hopefully future impact, and even for now impact. We can see if we can make my Daya pretty decent or not. Okay. Should you level up your Constellation 0 Farazan for Wander? Honestly, that depends on the other teammates that you have built. So Wander is a pretty good driver for various things like international or whatever. You can use Zhongli too, who's really good with Wander. So Wander is just a very flexible character for that reason. So you don't need Farazan yet, especially if you don't have constellations and you have other characters that you can use with Wander. Let's see. Yeah, add a streamer luck. Oh yeah. My streamer luck was it was a myth to begin with. Worst character in my opinion, probably Aloy, maybe. And actually, that's not really all that fair to Aloy. Like, she's like, you can still use her as a quick melter, which is nice. Amber, Xinyan, Aloy. Daya is bad, but let's say you just got her for free, like you lost a 50-50, you got Daya. Like, I would much rather put Daya on my team than like Amber or something, right? So like, was Daya worth the Primo Gems to pull for if you're not just like, you know, a big fan of Daya as a character? I will say she's not good value for the Primo Gems. So in a sense, like Amber, you don't choose the gate. She just comes to you, right? That's kind of the difference. So yeah. Okay. Is getting the key weapon worth it for my Kuki? If you're running like a Nahida team to begin with, and let's say Nahida Hyperbloom team and you're going for the 1,000 floating dreams, it's hard to complain about getting the key. But if you're going for the key just for Kuki, you're not going to notice a big difference in her whatchamacallit, Hyperbloom damage. But with that being said, you know, Kuki can provide that valuable Elemental Mastery buff to the rest of your teammates to improve Nahida's damage, to improve Alhaitham's damage, you know, improve Sino's damage if you run her with him, Kaching's damage. There's a lot of interesting situations where the Elemental Mastery build buff for Kuki is good. So you're going to have to ask yourself, like, do you want the Elemental Mastery buff for your teammates? Are you fine with the 1,000 floating dreams? Let's say you have Nahida. Then it's actually a decent weapon banner to go for. Let's see. You won 50-50, got 90 Constellation 0. Congratulations, Norwa. I'm very happy for you. It's always great to see people win their 50-50s. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, Midnight Max. So, yes, my name is indeed John. I'm another John on the internet. A lot of Johns. I win to lose. I think you'd be a perfect replacement for Tignari's VA. Wow, thank you. I did hear that he got the new VA, and I heard a quick snippet of it. Sounds fine to me. C6 Ito or C6 Yai Miko? I personally would choose Yai Miko right now for many reasons. One is that Yai Miko is a monster at Constellation 6 right now. Like, she can do, you know, 200,000 damage turrets with aggravate and stuff like that. It's absolutely nasty and disgusting. And keep in mind that she's off-field. She's a great off-field electro character for any Danger team almost. So yeah, as of today's meta, I would personally choose Constellation 6 Yai Miko. So, do Tignari impression. You know, I actually don't really know what Tignari says, but something would be like, I think he just doesn't find Sino funny, right? So he'd just be like, oh, Sino. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't voice act. I'm sorry. Okay. So, bro, should I pull for Nahida? Is she good for Alhaitham? Yes, Nahida is very good for Alhaitham. Do you want, or should you save your Primos for Yoimiya? I mean, you're going to have to ask yourself that question. If you want a Yoimiya Vape team, obviously Yoimiya is going to be much better for that. If you have a well-built Bennett, Yelan, and perhaps Kazuha, Yoimiya Vape is very, very powerful at Constellation 0 with that setup. But if you want to boost your Alhaitham further into the stratosphere, you can just grab that Nahida. Spread or Hyperbloom? Honestly, it kind of depends. Nip it in the bud. Okay, I said it. Alhaitham Spread or Hyperbloom, the more like invested you are into their crit stats and stuff, the better that spread and stuff becomes. With that being said, even at whale levels, like Hyperbloom is still reasonable, but yeah, it's not quite as good as like, you know, spread is. But I would say roughly at like Constellations 2 or even Constellations 4 and below, I'd have to give it to Hyperbloom. But I'd have to, you know, you'd have to do some math for that to see when the breakpoint is for spread versus Hyperbloom. And yeah, Jack gives some great advice. Always pull for who you want. Anyone can be great. Except for Aloy. Except for Aloy. But you can't pull for her. Do I like Kirara's design? Yes, I do. Do I dislike any character in Genshin Impact designs? I'm not a fan of Venti's pants. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I kind of don't really like those like weird, baggy-ish looking pants. I like Venti's design, minus the pants. Who else design do I like not like? Honestly, can't really think of anyone. Yeah, really it's just some of the characters' pants I don't really like. But, you know, we're talking about one article of clothing on the whole character. So it's like, it's not that. Oh, man. Shubham Kumar, you're an Aloy main. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you chose to be an Aloy main. But, you know, I respect that. I respect that. And I bet he makes it work, too. Right? And that goes to show you, you know, like any character can be good in Genshin Impact. And that's part of the beauty of the game. You don't like Bennett's outfit? I kind of like Bennett's outfit. I feel like it makes him look like the big old dork that he is. So, you know, that's one reason why I like his outfit. Okay. Can I please show my Wanderers build? It is Shimenao's with Tolia's Remembrance. Who's my favorite character in terms of lore? Oh, that's a good question. Lore. Let me think. That's a tough one. Oh my god, I'm out of artifact space again. I'm gonna do a quick stretch. Stretch a little bit. All right. Artifact space again. Whew. Here we go. Okay. Oh wait, friendship 10. There we go. Friendship 10. I'll grab this real quick. Okay. Let's enhance our artifacts again for the 10th time today. Because MiHoYo refuses to give us more artifact space. MiHoYo, why? Please, this is all I ask from you. A little bit more artifact space. Okay, anyway. Elemental Mastery. Did not get double crit on it. We are moving on. Wow, not even a single crit on these. Oh! Look at this one! Look at this one, my friends. It's missing HP percent, because this is on the HP percent set. But, I'm going to go back and enhance this in just a second. I am farming for Dea, as well as just the Hydro set in general. I guess I'll try it on Child and Ayato as well. So we'll see how that set goes for them. Pyro with 1 crit stat. Healing bonus, another crit damage piece. Who is my best built character? Yeah, which character of mine has the... Ooh, look at that. Crit rate. Okay, I'm gonna just enhance this one. Man, I wish I had answers to these questions. My best artifact set overall would have to be... Trying to think here. Oh, I got flat attack. That's unfortunate. We'll bring this one up to 12 real quick. We obviously want all of it to go into crit rate, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Let's see. It might actually... Oh, crit rate. Low rolls, but, you know, I'll take it. It might actually be my Nahida. Now that I'm thinking about my best artifact sets in terms of crit value, it might be Nahida. I'll show you guys afterwards. Another crit rate. Alright, another lowish roll, right? I think. But, hey, I mean, more crit rate. If we're lucky, we can get this thing up to 12%, which is a perfectly reasonable amount of crit rate. No! I caught you this time. Ha! You thought you could trick me. Too smart for this. Alright. Here we go. Level 20. Crit rate! Oh, flat attack. Nope. Big old nope. I mean, that piece, we'll see if it ends up being, decent later. Or my best piece to choose from in the future, which would be a bit unfortunate. Alright. Not a single double crit goblet. Ouch. That is actually painful. Because we've gone through so many. I don't know if we have the energy to strongbox tonight. But we'll see. Even more artifact gambling and enhancing? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think I'm up for it tonight. I've already... My soul has already left the building. This has been fairly depressing session. Oh, okay. Alright, so we just have this one promising piece here. I'm gonna go straight to 20. We're gonna go straight to 20 for this one. I can't bear to deal with, like, the little bites of anxiety as you go up every 4 levels. I just have to go all the way. Alright, this is it. We're gonna time it with the music, too. Here we go. Here it is. Godly artifact. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, not quite what I was hoping for. Alright, what did I say I was going to do? I was going to show my best built character, probably, who I think is probably Nahida. Let's see. Her artifacts? So they are at 259? No way. Is it really that high? Okay, 110.4. Oh no, 254.2% crit value. I think that's correct, right? 250% crit value. Not bad, 254. Actually, it's also because I'm using this piece, which has less crit value. So if we go for a bit better crit value, let's slap on this crit damage piece right here. I think this one's a little bit better, right? So this is 40. This is... No, it's not. It's not better. Okay, whatever. But, so if we look at this, right? So her stats, 60.2, 259.9. Yeah, she has... Okay. She's the Conqueror's Verity, that's why. No way she's that much crit damage. But yeah, 60 and 193.8, so that brings her up to 84% with, you know, some team buffs to bring her Elemental Mastery up to 1000. And 193, not bad. I think this is one of my better artifact sets overall. My Ganyu has a pretty good set too. Let's take a look at my Ganyu's artifact set. I think a few pieces are messed up though. So let me fix her up. So we have this flower, and let's see if we compare this one to this. Yeah, I think this one's a little bit better. And this one's, oh yeah, this one's really good too. It's got 2 Elemental Mastery rolls, which is nice, but the crit rate might be a little lacking. It's because of this cryo damage goblet that I have that makes my Wanderer's Troupe particularly good. And, let's see, what else do I have on her? This piece? No, I guess my Wanderer's Troupe isn't as good as I thought it was. Yeah, probably not. Well, you know, whatever. So yeah, probably my Nahida is my best build. My artifacts aren't actually that crazy because they're so distributed through all of my characters. All of my characters. Oh. Yeah, 254.2, thank you, Dylan Carr. Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't bother swapping on the Elemental Mastery timepiece for the Wanderer's Troupe. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. We're almost done. I can almost wrap this up. All right, home stretch, my friends. No more stalling. Let's keep going. Let's hammer this out. Whew. What about my Dea? Yeah, I mean, right. I think you're memeing on me right now, but yeah, the Dea's artifacts are not going to look pretty after today's session. 4,000 resin worth of artifacts. Hello, Wongdang Koa. I'm flattered it's the first time you've seen me in real life. Nice to see you too. Okay. If only he could donate one of those unused Wanderer feathers. Yeah, I wish you could trade artifacts. Man, that'd be crazy though. Probably just end up, you know, benefiting whales the most as usual, but you know. In a way, it's nice that we don't get to trade stuff because once trading gets into the formula of any of these types of games, you know, you're just infested with like bots and all these like RMT transactions, and then there's a lot of like toxicity around all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's good to keep Genshin casual without artifact trading and stuff. Do I think Eula's gonna have her own rerun before 4.0? Honestly, I hope not. I hope that when they release Eula, they will give her a proper electro-physical support. That way Eula will be, you know, have her moment in the sun again. But for people that want Eula a lot, maybe they invested into Mika. I can see why that would be the case. Mika's okay with Eula, but I still feel like Eula's missing that crucial electro support. How am I not depressed from farming artifacts? I am depressed. I'm very depressed. It may not look like it, but I'm crying on the inside as I lament in my terrible artifacts that I've accumulated today after months and months of saving all my fragile resin. Yeah. How much crit rate do I need on Ganyu? I mean, when it comes to crit rate, the answer is almost always as much as possible, but it does depend on the situation. For melt teams, I recommend having minimum of 60%. Me personally, I like having 80% crit rate on Ganyu. That way every follow-up charge attack after the first one will have 100% crit rate. Excuse me. C2 Nahida or C3 Raiden. They're both really good constellations. Just pick the one that you want more. Like if you want to play Hyper Raiden more, go for Constellation 3 Raiden. If you want to play like Dendro teams more, go for Constellation 2 Nahida. Ask yourself which playstyle you prefer more, and then go for that one. Do you think Nilou is good without Kokomi? Yes, I do think so. You will need, at the very least, a built healer. I think Baizu is a healer, and Yao Yao is a healer, right? That are Dendro or Hydro. Barbara is good enough of a healer for the purpose too. She's good enough. So, yeah, if that's what you're thinking of. Is the new artifact set Dea's best in slot? Yes, it is for her damage, especially her elemental skill damage. not that much for her elemental burst damage. But with Constellation 1 and with this artifact set, her elemental skill damage is no longer negligible like it is at Constellation 0 with the Emblem of Severed Fates. So it's worth considering taking that into consideration. But you will have burst uptime issues without, you know, building a lot of energy recharge. Which character would I like to get a new skin? I want Venti to get rid of his pants. So Venti would be great. Now, me personally, Ganyu is one of my favorite characters from a design perspective. I would love to see her get a new costume. And who else? Who else would I love to see? I mean, honestly, any character. I will gobble up the costumes. miHoYo, take my money. But yeah, probably Venti to get rid of his pants and Ganyu because waifu. Oh no, I want Venti to get... Oh no! That came out so wrong. No, Venti needs to wear a much better looking pair of pants. Yes. Not those like... Oh my god. All the... No matter how I say it is coming out terribly. Oh no. My life is ruined. Yeah, no, but those like goofy baggy pants, I just want him to like wear something else, right? Oh my god. Okay. Oh no. I was not expecting to get canceled today either. But let's see. I'm a bit... Oh, thank you, Julia Val, for the $15... I think it's Australian dollar donation. Really appreciate it. I'm a bit stuck. Should I go for C2 Nahida or her weapon? Or is both worth it? Higher end of being a dolphin. So me personally, I'm risk averse. I would go for Constellation 2 Nahida first. You will gain guaranteed gains, and it's really satisfying to see like 80,000, 90,000 damage, hyper blooms, and things like that. After that, assuming you want to spend more money or primo gems on her weapon, you can consider that. So yeah, for me, Constellation 2, then her weapon, in that order. Now, if you're using her with Nilou, it's a different story. If you're for sure going to use Nahida with Nilou and mainly Nilou, then you can go for the weapon banner, hope to get her weapon, but get Nilou's weapon. And Nilou's weapon is actually the biggest damage gain that you can get for a Nilou team out of any of the upgrades, I think, for the bountiful core damage. So do keep that in mind. If you're planning to run Nahida with Nilou for sure, you can go for the weapon banner and be okay getting Nilou's weapon too. But if you're not doing that specific route, then I would go for Constellation 2 Nahida, because Nahida is much more universal of a character than Nilou is. Like, you can use Nahida on any other Dendro team than a Nilou team. Okay, here's my Wanderer stats. 85% crit rate, 210, 220 crit damage, Tulia R5, and we have the 4-piece Shimenawas. Animo damage goblet. And he's at Constellation 6. His talents are at 9, 11, and 11. Speaking of which, let's level that one up real quick. And actually, I was planning on crowning my Wanderer too, so maybe I'll do that real quick. A little bit. I don't have enough talent books for it yet, but I can just use one of the boxes. Yeah, I'll crown him when I visit the alchemy table next. Okay. Yeah, Melt Rosaria with Nahida. It's kind of an antiquated playstyle to like run Melt Rosaria, but that isn't by no means bad, right? It doesn't mean that Melt Rosaria is any worse. I just think that nowadays people prefer the more Unga Bunga style of Hyper Bloom, Wanderer, you know, Yoimiya, these types of things. They're very Unga Bunga and straightforward. Melt Rosaria requires like setup, very specific rotations and things like that, right? So yeah, and you also have to play Circle Impact too. All right, which talent books does Wanderer use? Yeah, I'm gonna crown my boy. You know, I use him so much that there's no way I'm not gonna crown him. Okay, so I need 3 of these things, those funky flower ones, They're all funky flower ones, but let's get these 3. And look at this. Beautiful. We're gonna crown my boy Wander. He deserves it. He deserves another hat on top of his hat. It's just a proverbial invisible hat. Very happy to crown him. Now, we're gonna make some more of these. We're in our home stretch, guys, and then we'll get to see what hours of artifact farming yielded us. Hair's getting a little funky too. That's how you know things are getting a little real here. But let's see. Okay. Here we go. 5. Do I think Wander's good at Constellation 0? He's okay. He's okay at Constellation 0. I give him like roughly like kind of a 3 out of 5 star rating overall for a 5-star character, which is, you know, average. He's decent. What weapon as far as I'm using? She's just using the Favonius and 4-piece tenacity. Good stat ratio for Constellation 0 free-to-play Nahida. It kind of depends on what you're going for. If Nahida is your highest elemental mastery character on your team, then you want her to just have as much elemental mastery and some energy recharge with a little bit of crit if possible. If she's not going to be the highest elemental mastery character on your team, then you want her to be at pretty much, you want to stack EM timepiece. You can consider an EM goblet and probably a crit circlet. But that's the thing about Nahida, is that she's very flexible. And whatever crit rate you end up going for her with whatever elemental mastery stat you go for her, just remember to do a quick little bit of math to add the crit rate that her passive provides to the on-sheet crit that you have for her. So if she's going to get elemental mastery buffs from teammates like Sucrose, or if she's going to be on field, then you need to account for that. And then you just go for the standard 1-to-2 ratio. So off the top of my head, it would be something like, if you're not using a crit weapon, probably like 600 EM, 40-ish crit rate, which can lead to roughly 55% crit rate and maybe 110 to 120% crit damage. It's just really off the top of my head, but something like that. So yeah, okay. Man, nothing even worth bringing up to level 4. And we are at the end of our artifact farming. Not a single double crit goblet. Nothing worth bringing up to level 4. This was disastrous. Disastrous session, my friends. Did I even get like 1 good piece? Oh man, we'll double check, but I don't think so. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This is crazy. Not a single goblet. Okay, I brought 1 goblet up to level 4 for the potential chance of getting a double crit elemental goblet. Okay, we got double crit feather. I'll take that at this point. I'm happy with that. Let's enhance this so we can get rid of some inventory space here. Do I understand the term kooky? I actually don't. I don't know that one. But yeah, hopefully I didn't just say something. No, I don't know that one. Okay, anyway. Which one's better for C0 Wander? Desert Pavilion or Shimenawa's? They're actually situationally better in different situations, right? That's what situationally means. But the Shimenawa's is good just for like a more Unga Bunga playstyle where you don't have to do the charge attack at all. But I would say overall, I'd have to give it to the 4-piece Desert, because you don't have to really worry that much about your energy management in comparison to the Shimenawa's. Because Wander's Burst is a non-negligible amount of his damage, and sometimes with the Shimenawa's you may not have it when you actually want it. And this went into Elemental Mastery. I don't even think it's worth bringing up to 20 though. Man. Okay, so we have these. This one went into flat HP. Oh man. What a bunch of doo-doo. Ooh, okay. What did this go into? Defense percent? Get out of here. Get out of here with that garbage. Okay. Let's, do we have anything else to enhance? Or have I dumped everything that I could into the fodder? Okay, we can enhance this for a two-piece Nilou, I believe. But I don't even need a two-piece for Nilou anymore. What did this even go into? Was that ER? Or flat HP? Oh well, it's okay. I don't even care. Let's see. I have this many 4 stars left. Why don't we just enhance something random at this point to clear out a few slots? Let's go through my Deepwood memory pieces. Anything I need to enhance? That's a lot of defense. Okay, yeah, I got a few pieces here. This one has EM. Sure, why not? Let's get rid of the last 4-star artifacts here and wrap things up. Crit damage. Okay, we got 2 more cycles here. Alright, there we go. Okay, get out of here. I am so done with this incredible luck. Oh, absolute doo-doo luck. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'll be able to showcase these artifacts properly built. Unless I go over to the media server and go through this process again, which I don't think I'm going to do that. No. So, yeah. There won't be an artifact showcase, unfortunately, like of the properly built, but maybe I'll break down the mechanics at least. That could be worth it, because I had some questions about the exact mechanics on both the artifact sets. In Nilou's team, who's the best holder for the Paradise of Lost? I guess it would be whoever activates the most blooms on your team, for sure, would be a great holder of the Paradise Lost. Okay. Strong box? No, let me see. Oh my god, it's 10 p.m. already. Yeah, I don't think I can do the strong box. We'll see. We'll see how I feel after we look at the artifacts. Yeah. How much ER do I have on Jean and Farazan? So this dungeon is very unique in that it drops a lot of energy because of the miniatures. Older enemies drop like a lot of those big particles for some reason. But my Jean has 223 and my Farazan has 270. I had to increase Jean's energy recharge up to about 220 for this specific domain. So that way she would have her energy up every run. Yeah. Jean build is... oh man, my brain's slowing down now. 4-piece emblem with the Jade Cutter. She's at Constellation 6 as well. What artifact do I put on Yelan on a Nilou team? I would probably value just as much... You can either go for raw Hydro damage on her, which is actually fine, or you can go for EM focus build for her to trigger as many blooms as possible and to have good burst uptime. So depending on how you find yourself maintaining your energy with her, you have to decide on that. What character as C6 has as much damage as Yelan? So the truth is a lot of characters at C6 have as much damage as Yelan does. It's the flexibility of Yelan's damage that makes it so powerful. Because she can store her breakthrough barb charges to wipe out a wave. She can also vape her elemental skill twice, which is insane. And then of course she has her, you know, just her actual elemental burst damage. So like characters like Wanderer, even Sino actually do like as much damage in a full rotation as Yelan does, but it's the flexibility, the vape ability, the store ability that makes Yelan so ridiculous. But of course, you know, Cyno, I guess you asked DPS specifically, yeah, like Cyno stays on field for like a million seconds to do his damage, so yeah, that's why he's not really regarded as very good. So yeah, hope that kind of answers your question. MiHoYo has actually kind of balanced their Constellation 6 5-star characters pretty well, at least like from just a pure mathematical sense. But when it comes to practicality, that's where things really change. Is there a way to do Electro DPS Kugi Shinobu? Yeah, I'm sure there is actually. Especially with Aggravate, you could probably build a good amount of EM and crit on her, and I bet it would work. I bet you could do some real damage with her. Now, would it be like meta? Obviously not, but you know, it would still be like better than you would expect. Kind of like a good example is actually Constellation 6 Dory. Dory is a better main DPS than most people expect, which is actually why I wanted to have Dory in my DPS showdown against Constellation 0 Dea. I actually think Dory would have beaten I think Dory might have beaten Dea. So that's why I wanted to actually use Dea. But, you know, I go by the poll results, and you guys voted for Alhaven instead. Okay. Alright, we're almost done. Let's see. Is Kuki good at Constellation 0? Yes, she's good. She's good, but her constellations definitely add a lot of quality of life, especially the one that adds more time, a longer duration to her elemental skill. That's her best constellation in my opinion. I forget which one it is. It's either 2 or 4. Yeah, Constellation 2. Can we use Yelan with instructors with Nilou? I think you're going to struggle to have Yelan's elemental burst with the instructors, but yeah, you could. And another issue with instructors on Yelan, it's generally the Hydro characters that are triggering the blooms. So Yelan's going to have very low elemental mastery if you run instructors on her. Now with that being said though, you know, if you just don't have a better instructors person to put it on, a better person to put instructors on, then it's acceptable, right? Like that's, Genshin Impact is pretty flexible, and adding 120, oh come on. Just let me finish this, please. Okay, I'm just gonna enhance any random artifact at this point, just so I can wrap this up. Yeah, this one. Why do I even have this thing? But either way, we're gonna clear out the inventory space. I'm so close to being done. This is the home stretch. So, we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of the fodder here, or some of it. What did this even go into? I don't even know. Okay. Alright, good enough. Let's see. Whew, I'm at my wit's end here. Okay, there we go. Why people don't use Wanderer's Burst is because Wanderer's Burst forces him to land onto the ground, which means that his aerial stance is prematurely ended. So when you do use Wanderer's Burst, it's typically at the end of a rotation or at the end of your buff window to still get a big multiplier out. So that's why people don't use Wanderer's Burst as much. Can you use Yelan on Wander? Absolutely. Actually, Yelan with Wander is a great combination. Very, very good in my opinion. Alright. I think that's it. Over 4,000 resin. Let's go ahead. We'll stop by here. Clear out a few things. We're gonna do the Adventures Guild stuff. The whatchamacallit, the daily things real quick. Not the dailies, the expeditions. There we go. And we're gonna take a look at the artifacts we got. Here we go. Oh my gosh. What a disaster. I don't think I have a usable 4-piece set bonus for either of them after all this resin. Okay. This was particularly bad luck, I think. Usually it's a little bit better than this. Wow, that's not what I want, but okay. Actually, why am I locking it? I don't need that. I'm never going to use it, so we're going to unlock that real quick. Yeah, this is unusually bad luck. Usually you get a little bit more usable stuff with 4,000 resin. Okay, crit damage. Let's take this to at least 8. We have a bunch of defense on it, no energy recharge, no HP percent, therefore making this much less desirable. So this went into Elemental Mastery, which is still a usable stat on a character like Dea. If, for example, Vape Dea becomes a thing. So we will consider this more Elemental Mastery. All right. Let's just finish this one off. We'll bring it up to 20. And okay, a few more of these. EM and flat defense. Ugh. Yeah, probably not worth locking, honestly. Okay, we did get this. This one's decent. All right, this one's a pretty solid piece. Now, what else did we get? Can we get a double crit HP piece? That would be very good for Dea, especially for a mono pyro Dea. Elemental Mastery, okay, we'll move on. HP. Oh wait, we did get this one. Yeah, okay. So maybe we actually kind of have a usable Vorukasha's Glow. What about feathers? How are we looking with the feathers? Oh yeah, this is for Nilou. That's why I have this one. Okay, can we get double crit on this one? Let's see. Nope. It's flat defense, so we have this feather. I'll equip it all on Dea in a bit. We'll take a look, okay. And for the flowers, not too shabby actually. Let's slap on Dea real quick and take a look. So, even got a new party just for this. We'll bring Dea. Hello. Oops. Okay, am I the only one that does that? That builds a party and forgets to deploy? Yeah, I do that all the time. So anyway, level 90. We're going to swap on over to the Vorukasha's Glow. Okay. So notably, this is missing a lot of energy recharge. It has 0 energy let me rephrase that. It has 0 energy recharge. So there's no sustainability with this right now. But at the very least, we have a starting point for her. And I guess this is probably my best Pyro Goblet, but we're going to give this one with a tiny bit of energy recharge. So, okay, 91, 161. Not brilliant, especially with how much crit that this piece provides. So we've got a long way to go, my friends, when it comes to farming artifacts for Dea. But here is where we ended up with the Vorukasha's Glow. We have an artifact set. It is currently at 200 and basically 15 crit value, which is, wait, 218? 207, yeah, 218-ish crit value, which is not good, right? 219-ish, 18-ish crit value. Yeah, okay. So that's not good. We have roughly 20 to 30% more crit value to go before I typically stop farming for the artifacts. Now let's take a look at our Nim streams. We got a few last ones to finish up. We did get this double crit one. And let's go ahead and bring this one up to 4 as well. Okay. How do you calculate crit value? It is 2 times crit rate plus the crit damage. And you don't count that for the crit circlets. Crit circlets, the crit value is halved because you only have 1 crit substat. Or, you know, the expected crit value is halved. Oops, hit my mic again. Sorry, guys. And let's see. Any others worth bringing up to 4 before we have a nice little artifact showdown as we enhance the last few survivors. Oh, nice. Okay. So we have a little bit of hope with this one. And did we ever get... We did get this Elemental Mastery one. We don't need a defense one. HP. Man, not a single elemental goblet worth keeping. That's really unfortunate. Okay, anyway. Let's bring this one up to level 8. Alright, first one went to crit damage. Elemental Mastery is not a stat that I'm going to complain about. And let's keep on going. What was that? Crit rate? Okay. And we're going to do this one. Actually, I'm going to let these play out because that way we can very clearly see what the stat went into. Crit rate again. Not bad. So this one could actually be a good piece. We have 50% chance of getting a good artifact. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so that should give us a little bit of wiggle room and crit. Yes! Alright, we got a decent flower for our hydro set. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. I'm actually pretty happy that we got one good piece here. Actually, this piece is also pretty good too. So now we actually have 2 good flowers. 25, roughly 38-ish crit value, not bad. This one has 33-ish, so that's also not that bad. 38 versus 33. This one has 2 attack rolls. This one has an EM roll. So yeah, I guess just depends on the situation which one we'd want to use there. Let's go ahead and enhance this one too. We're gonna bring this one up to 8. Crit rate. Okay. Alright. Level 14. Energy recharge. Okay, let's see. What other feathers did I have? So we can decide which ones to keep going with. So we have this one, which went into flat HP, which I will probably scrap. And we have this one with 1 extra roll into crit. This one had 2 extra rolls into crit. So we'll bring this one up 2 levels and decide which of these two we bring up to 20. This one went into crit rate again, right? Yeah, wow, these two are fairly similar. I'm gonna bring this one up to level 20. I mean, we're at about 27 crit value. I guess if we're lucky, we can get close to 35, which would be actually, yeah, it's pretty solid. I'm losing my voice now. Way too much talking. All right. Can you guys see this? It is my soul leaving my body as I spent the last well over 2 hours doing this. Well, thank you guys for being with me. Excuse me. All the way to the end. Okay. So, yeah, not too bad. 22 plus 12 is 34, 33 point something crit value. All right. I'll take it. So this one, it's got EM as well. You know what? Let's bring it up to 20. What do we have to lose besides a little bit of useless fodder? Not much. Okay. Elemental Mastery, meh. Not what I want to see, but you know what? I can live with that. So is there a point in leveling up this one? Let's see. If we add 6, we have 11.6% crit value. If we add 3 more, it's 21%. So no, I don't think there's a point in this one. Elemental Mastery, this is the only timepiece we got that's worth considering upgrading. So we're just going to bring this one up to 20, and I don't care how it goes. Well, I mean, I do care how it goes. You know, I'm not going to draw this one out. So let's go ahead and bring it all the way up to 20. All the way up. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Hey, not too bad. Elemental Mastery, not exactly the stat that I want for this, but we could probably use it on a nuke child. I mean, this is 33-ish% crit value, you know. Okay, so no goblets, and in terms of circlets, we only got this one that's worth using at all. I will slap it on my child really quick. Where is he? Oh yeah, and why don't we actually run Dea for a quick test run too? We'll see just how crazy she is. Well, we'll use Dea with the new gear. Give a quick showcase. All right, anyway. Child. Nowadays, childs use so many different weapons, but I'll give him the Polar Star. And the Nymph's Dream. That's not a bad one. Okay. And sure. Elemental Mastery, why not? And crit rate. Way too much crit rate on this build. Am I like over 100? Yeah. Yeah, my crit ratio is atrocious right now, but I can fix that by giving him the Aqua Simulacra. There we go. Now the crit ratio is still wacky, but it's a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, so Dea. Let's... Alright, good enough. Let's go ahead and use her really quick. How crazy she's gonna be. Are you guys ready for the true Constellation Zero monster that is Dea with her new artifact set? I hope you guys are ready to be impressed beyond all measure. First, I gotta battery her up though. And battery her up. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lava Churl. This Lava Churl has been one of our best friends for the longest time. Actually, why don't I use Bennett's Burst so we can get lower E cooldowns. There we go. Alright. We're taking this to our best friend. The Cryo-Regisvine. Dea with 104% ER, yeah. That's my Dea's build right now. It's atrocious. Right. 215% crit value, so, and no elemental or no energy recharge substat roll, so yeah, it's not good, but okay, and I'm gonna actually do this a little bit differently. I'm gonna do this. Let Bennett take some damage. That way, Dea 10k per punch. Look at that. 8.49k on the elemental seal proc. Yeah, I mean, I actually think with with well-built artifacts for this set and her signature weapon, she can one cycle the Cryo-Regisvine. So it is a little bit better. It is a little bit better, but right now, you know, no energy recharge, no sustainability, nothing. Bullying, Apprentice Masters thinks we're bullying the Cryo-Regisvine. No. Dea is being bullied by the Cryo-Regisvine. Okay? I think you got that little fact mixed up there. Alright, let's take a look at Child next. So, I wanted to see, right now he's at 1365 attack with the Aqua Simulacra. So I want to see if using the left click plus gives him 2 stacks. And it does. So in other words, that tech is actually very valuable on Child, which is great. That's great. I honestly feel like it's been a while since MiHoYo designed something to be like, you know, intuitive, easy to use, and that didn't crit. But 46,000 raw, so after a crit that would be about 120 something thousand damage off of that elemental burst, which is, you know, it's okay. It's enough to kill the Regis fine in a rotation very easily. We can see here, the rest of his attacks. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if his burst crit, he would have one-cycled that thing super easily, but yeah, even without it, you know, not a problem for a child. I mean, he's still a good DPS character, so yeah. Okay, everyone. Let's see. I think I'm done. I think I'm out of all the resin that I saved. Maybe I'll go back and figure out exactly how much resin I spent. But yeah. Yeah, that's it. So, I think I'm gonna wrap this up now. Thank you guys for joining me at my very disappointing artifact farming session, but very fulfilling streaming session because of you guys. I really did enjoy streaming for you guys as always. Why didn't I use the Polar Star? It's because of my crit ratio right now is absolutely atrocious for the Polar Star, because the artifacts I have are very crit rate focused at the moment. That's the only set I managed to get on him, so that's why I'm using the Aqua Simulacra. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Win to Lose, signing out.